The Oologah Mustang Network is on the air. And this is Mustang Football.
Let's go!
And now, here's your host, Brent Kellogg, Kevin Hogue, and Blake Salt.
Well, if you drive through Westville, Illinois, which is just 3 hours straight south of Chicago, you will see signs that claim they were the first high school in the United States to play a high school football game on Friday night under Friday Night Lights. That came in 1928 and September 21st of that year. In that game against Milford, Westville won 26-6. But the folks in Midwest Wyoming have a little issue with their claim because in November 19th of 1925, 3 years earlier, the Midwest Oilers hosted Casper High School under floodlights that had been installed by Midwest Refining Company. About 400 people showed up for a very cold night in Midwest Wyoming. And Friday Night Lights was born. Hello, everybody. My name is Brent Kellogg, along with Kevin Hogue, Blake Salt. Guys, I think this is what high school football and Friday Night Lights is all about. Tonight is what I'm talking about. We had some hot games 4 or 5 weeks ago, but tonight, game time temperature is 65 degrees and falling. It'll be close to 55 degrees when we're done. It's going to be chilly tonight, but that's what Friday Night Lights is all about.
Yes, sir. It is perfect out. If you're wanting to play some football, tonight is perfect weather. You're going to work up a sweat, but it's not like, let's say, when we were at Collinsville. It's 110 in the shade. It's a perfect night. Fans are filling in. Bands are filling in. It just feels like football tonight, Brent. And we're excited. We're 3-3 and looking to get on the winning side of the record, be 4-3, looking to continue our streak in district and be 3-1 in district and set up a really big matchup for next week. But you can't trip up tonight here at Skiatook. You got to take care of business.
Last week, the Mustangs put on a clinic. Catoosa Indians came to town for homecoming. The Mustangs amassed 616 total yards in offense. Most of that was on the ground with 567 yards rushing. Struggled a little bit getting some life in the passing game, but last week we didn't need it. A very motivated Skiatook is fighting for their life tonight. This is kind of a must-win situation for them if they want to have playoff aspirations. So you know that head coach Vance Miller has a game plan to put Skiatook in a position tonight to find success. They're currently in 5th place in district, and they're going to need to take care of business tonight if you want to finish in the top 4 to secure that playoff. When we come back, we're going to visit with Coach Wagner. We're going to talk about starting lineups, the keys to success, who you got, all that and more. This is the Advanced Home Tailgate Show on the Mustang Network. We'll be right back with more right after this.
Family, it's bigger than bloodlines, stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter, the people we care about and care for, the folks who inspire us, guide us, root for us. Family means finding common ground, rolling up our sleeves, and making our way side by side. Armstrong Bank. Strength runs in our family.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But I get it, you're busy, and busy people can't have prediabetes. I read that wrong. They can, okay? Just go to the site.
Hey, Mustang family, I'm here with Coach Wagner. It's week 7. We're currently 3-3, 2-1 in district play. Looking to get to 3-1 tonight against Skiatook. Talk to me a little bit about, of course, last week's game. We came out, we executed really well. We ran the ball really well. I think we had 2 rushers in the 190-yard range. So.
Yeah, well, I think altogether it was 540 something or whatever it was. But Joe ran the ball really well, and so did Ashton. And then A.J. Jackson, Ty Cherry, all those guys had some explosives when they came in. So it's a good bounce back game for the offensive line. Coach Noble did had a good week with those guys. And we were disappointed after our effort up front against Wagner.
Sure.
And that was really something that we focused on, was offensive line play and being physical up front and trying to impose our will.
Obviously, putting up those kind of numbers and on the ground, that's going to get the attention. But also, I noticed the other side of the ball. We threw up a goose egg. They have some playmakers and some dudes that can run around and score. Talk to me a little bit about our defensive effort, because they did a great job.
Yeah, I thought the kids, once again, they had a good week of prep. They were pretty assignment sound. I think when we graded them out, I think we had really one alignment bust, which is pretty good. It's something that we can get corrected. But I thought the DBs did a good job keeping it in front of them, and we played really well in the box, taking the run away, and then down and distance was in our favor. We brought quite a bit of pressure, and we were able to get home on that.
Yeah, I did notice we brought quite a bit of pressure, and it seemed to cause them some problems. So, all right, so we shift gears. Week 7, we're playing Skiatook tonight. Talk to me a little bit about how they maybe differ or what kind of challenges they present.
Well, I think defensively, they're going to show you a little bit of everything. They're going to be one high, two high in the secondary, even an odd front. At this stage of the game, it's not necessarily something that you haven't seen or haven't blocked, but it could be different from snap to snap. Offensively, they're going to try to run the football. Number 4 is a big kid. He's 6'1", 220, had like 300 yards rushing on Miami. That got our attention because we feel like Miami's a playoff team. And so I think they lose that game 55-35 or whatever it was, but they put up a lot of numbers. Yeah. And so stopping him and getting them behind the sticks is going to be a big deal.
Okay, and then you mentioned, you said it all week last week that we had a great week of prep. This week we had a short week. It's Thursday night. Talk to me about the challenges maybe that presents or for the coaching staff and the kids to get prepared for tonight.
Well, I think you just move on a little bit quicker. We were on to, normally you spend Saturday and you're grading your own guys and you're working on Friday night's game. So we put that to bed pretty quick. We were on the Skiatook early Saturday morning. Sunday had staff meetings. Kids come in at 4:30. We had film right out of the chute on them, and then went out on the field for a walk through all of our game plan stuff that's going on. So tried to treat Sunday a little bit like Monday, so to speak. Yeah. Monday, Tuesday become work days, and Wednesday is clean it all up and get ready for game day.
All right. Well, good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate you joining us. We'll be right back with more after this.
At Advanced Homes, we embrace your individual style and work hard to design a home that fits you and your family. With over 25 years in the home building industry, Brian has an excellent ability to take your individual ideas and turn them into amazing blueprints that become your dream home. Advanced Homes is built on a lifelong influence of family in the construction, real estate, and land development industry. Our business is founded on a family orientation that exemplifies quality workmanship, value, confidence, and Christian values. With Advanced Homes, your custom-built home will be one of a kind. Give us a call about our new gated community, Captiva Point, with new secluded 10-acre plots. Captiva Point is located on Lou Ridge Road with 5 boat ramps within 5 to 15 minutes. Advanced Homes. Give us a call today at 918-855-6597 or check out all of our properties on Facebook or our website, advancedhbi.com. Advanced Homes. We don't just build houses, we help you build the home you've always dreamed of.
Mustang family, don't miss a minute of live Mustang action or info about events or happenings at Oologah High School. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our high school Facebook page today.
At Advanced Homes, we embrace your individual style and work hard to
Welcome back, everyone, to Skiatook High School. It is a 4A3 district ball game tonight.
Reliable car
the Mustangs
on a busy
are
day.
on the road. Welcome back to the Advanced Home Tailgate Show. Brent Kellogg along with Kevin Hogue, Blake Salt, Charlie Newton, Jason Streeter, Brett Wigington, Rick Fisher. There's a whole line and list of us. We're working on some of our technical difficulties. I'm going to just take an audio timeout here for just a second. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a second. about that. We were told we didn't have audio, but we just kind of had.
We were triple checking.
I got the duct tape and the baling wire out, and so
Mrs. Conley hadn't texted me, so I figured we were doing all right. Shout out, Miss Conley.
About 15 minutes away from kickoff time. Guys, let's talk a little bit about who our expected starters are tonight. Last week, we were bit some by that injury bug, but I think we've got good news. Most everybody is back tonight. We do have one that was down a little bit. So on the offensive line, expecting Jackson Gill at the right tackle, Corey Eaton at the right guard, Colin Schrader, and then the left guard is kind of by committee. You'll see Warren Pierce, Brian Byers. Bryce Byers. Thank you. Words are hard. You'll see him mixed in that as well as some of the other guys as well. That guy by committee shows up a lot on our starters.
Absolutely.
Tight end, you'll see Gavin Salt. He's had 5 completions for 49 yards on the season. Rafe Tackett plays in that role as well. For the receivers, you'll see A.J. Streeter. He's had 8 completions for 116 yards, and I think A.J.'s got a whole lot more potential in him. I personally would like to see that explode out tonight, and just for A.J. to have a big game. Braxton Moore, 10 completions for 173 yards. Jackson Burchett had some big plays, recorded a touchdown last week, 5 completions, 37 yards on the season. And Brad Hoisington, 3 completions and 37 yards on the season. In the backfield, junior Ashton Wright is the spark plug of that offense. Guys, 117 carries for 705 yards. What a season he's having. We're only week 7 in. Barring something weird, he should have that 1,000-yard season. That's kind of that benchmark I think guys want to have, right?
Yeah, that's that first measuring stone to a running back when you can start to consider yourself really good and get your offensive line some credit is just that 1,000-yard mark, and that's at every level, whether you're in college, pros, but high school for sure, and he's on pace to do just that.
He averages 6.03 yards per carry. He's got 9 touchdowns on this season. You'll see Nate Morrow in the back, some 24/7s, 24 carries, 140 yards, averages 5.8 per carry. He's got a touchdown on the season as well. And then Gavin Salt sometimes operates in that fullback role. Gavin, really tonight, he's just kind of one of those multi-purpose guys. He really brings a lot of strength on defense, but you could see him in fullback, you could see him in tight end. And Blake, you were saying in pregame too that he had just the game of his life last week.
Yeah, and not to just brag on just my
That's
brother,
okay.
but
He's your brother. You can do that.
I'll say if you really enjoy football, if you go back and watch the live stream and you watch 2-7 play his game, he does his job and does it extremely well. I'll say close to 100% of his plays last week. And that it was just he played with a lot of effort. Me and him have been talking about, just playing with just, an extreme amount of effort and just doing his job every single play to help his team. And he really did that in an unselfish way last week. And I'm just super proud of him.
JoJo Griswold is the quarterback. 42 completions on 78 attempts. He's got a completion ratio of 54%. He's passed for a total of 533 yards on the season, 5 touchdowns. He has 4 interceptions, but he has rushed, guys, for 462 yards and 5 touchdowns. So he really is that dual threat, maybe even more of the threat of tuck and run.
Yeah, it's really been an added part of his game. Having some depth across the field and in that position has kind of freed him up. But we saw that last week with the big long run, and that's just an added dimension to Coach Snowball's playbook.
The kicker depth chart has really changed since the first of the season. They've kind of really on the field goal and PAT duty, they've given most of that to Jackson Burchett. He's 10 of 11 for PATs on the season, was 5 of 6 last week. Had a great opportunity just to kind of show his leg strength and what he was able to do. So Jackson will do a lot of the kicking duties tonight. On defense, at the nose, Colin Schrader. On the defensive ends, you'll see Bryce Byers. He has 6 solo tackles, 3 assists, and 9 total tackles. Rafe Tackett has 7 solos, 6 assists, 13 total. At the outside linebackers, and I think these guys have got to have a big night tonight. Ty Cherry has 12 solo tackles, 22 total to his credit. Tyler Stovall has 13 solo tackles, 26 total on the season. Gavin Salt has 25 solo tackles, 19 assists, 3 tackles for loss, and 44 tackles total on the season. Jaden Tanner, I think, is good to go. I think we didn't know. Jaden did not play last week, but I think as of pregame, he was ready to go because he's missing last week's stats. He has 19 solo tackles, 16 assists, 5 tackles for loss, and 33 tackles total. He is the second leading on the team. And then Nate Morrow playing an outside linebacker role, 38 solo tackles. He had 9 of those last week, 19 assists, 85 8 tackles for loss, 57 tackles total. And Actually, Nate Morrow is who leads the team on defense in tackles. At free safety, you'll see A.J. Streeter, 14 solo tackles, 25 total. Ashton Wright will roll in. Brad Hoisington will roll in. I really think Brad needs to have a big night tonight as well on defense. But maybe even as a receiver. Brad's a tall kid, very athletic kid, and I think he's going to have an opportunity tonight. So you will see Jackson Burchett and Braxton Davis in there as well. When we come back, we're going to talk about the keys to the game, who you got, the coin toss, and more. This is the Advanced Homes Tailgate Show. We'll be back with more right after this.
At Advanced Homes, we embrace your individual style and work hard to design a home that fits you and your family. With over 25 years in the home building industry, Brian has an excellent ability to take your individual ideas and turn them into amazing blueprints that become your dream home. Advanced Homes is built on a lifelong influence of family in the construction, real estate, and land development industry. Our business is founded on a family orientation that exemplifies quality workmanship, value, confidence, and Christian values. With Advanced Homes, your custom-built home will be one of a kind. Give us a call about our new gated community, Captiva Point, with new secluded 10-acre plots. Captiva Point is located on Lou Ridge Road with 5 boat ramps within 5 to 15 minutes. Advanced Homes. Give us a call today at 918-855-6597 or check out all of our properties on Facebook or our website, advancedhbi.com. Advanced Homes. We don't just build houses, we help you build the home you've always dreamed of.
A water faucet with clean water, a reliable car on a busy day, a faithful dog, and reliable insurance. They're there when you need them. Coach Jason Brown and Chalkline Insurance is your local insurance agent. After 20 years in coaching, Jason is using that work ethic to take care of you and your family. Chalkline Insurance is locally owned by a name you know and backed by an agency with more than 30 years of experience. If you own it, we can insure it. For all your commercial, home, rental, auto, and recreational insurance needs, give Coach Brown a call at 918-789-3848. Chalkline Insurance, your local insurance agent in Oologah, where character creates connection.
There it is, the national anthem sung beautifully under the lights on a fall Friday night. Hello, everybody. Brent Kellogg along with Kevin Hogue, Blake Salt down on the sideline. Guys, really important game tonight. You don't want to give this one away. Right now, the Mustangs set tied for third in district. That third spot really is important, Kevin. We talked in the suburban ride on the way over here. That's where you want to land if you're not going to knock off Cushing and Wagner. That third spot in district presents you the best opportunity for winning a game in playoffs.
Absolutely. Right now, Cushing, in the standings has that number 1 seed kind of locked up. So, yeah, you really want to land in that number 3 spot. That way you're going to, when you flip districts, you get somebody else's number 2. You have to travel. You're not getting a home game, but sets up a much more winnable situation for the Mustangs.
We are in District 4A3, and we're in a really tough district. Cushing right now is ranked number 1 in the state. You have Wagner that went in last week to that game ranked number 4. I don't recall if that changed much. The Mustangs fall about 15, 16 in the rankings currently, in Class 4A. And you don't want to give anything up. You've got Skiatook tonight. Miami comes to Oologah. And really, I think between the Mustangs and the Miami War Dogs, there's going to be that battle right there for that 3 spot in district. So take care of business tonight. I personally kind of feel good about the Mustangs' chances tonight. I think they're ready. I think even though it's a short week of practice, I think they've had a great week.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned the short week. I know that they kind of had their traditional Monday-ish practice on Sunday, brought the kids in, didn't spend as much time looking back and going over tape. They spent more time looking ahead because it was a short week.
Coach Salt, I'm going to go to you, and let's talk about what the Mustangs need to do tonight to handle Skiatook with kind of the weapons that Skiatook comes in, kind of the offense they run. What are we going to need to do tonight to find success?
So I know Skiatook has kind of a bigger running back, 6-foot-plus guy, weighs 220, 230 pounds. So a bigger running back, probably one of the bigger ones we've seen all season. That's going to be really important to stop the run game because I think there's a statistic out that Skiatook actually runs kind of an outside run play, buck sweep. 50% of their total offensive plays. That's not just of their runs. It's 50% of their entire offense comes out of this buck sweep outside zone. So this is why it's going to be really important for us, for our front seven, to be able to stop the run and force them to get into some passing situations, which I don't think they want to be in. But if we're going to have to limit the outside run, I think is our biggest deal.
And Blake, I'm going to piggyback. You mentioned earlier your brother did a good job. You said something like 100% of the time. Do you want to explain what that means, especially on a sweep or an outside play? What's that outside linebacker's responsibility? He may not always get credit for the tackle, but his job's not to let it outside him, correct?
Yes, and what
Set
that
the
actually
edge.
is, yes, exactly. They call it setting the edge. So like Gavin or you have Ty Cherry, they're going to run up there and you're going to have someone like your pulling guard or a tight end coming out to block your outside linebacker. And at that point, your outside linebacker has to get really strong and tough and get a hand on that guy and force the running back to stick his foot in the ground and cut upfield inside of him, which makes room for Jaden Tanner or Nate Morrow, any other middle linebacker, to make a tackle. So, Nate may get, his 58th solo tackle, but really what caused that play is Gavin or Ty Cherry holding up and doing their job.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. And sometimes it seems counterintuitive, but sometimes that outside linebacker position, you can be selfish trying to make the tackle and give up a big gain. You give up your outside hip, and now we're off to the races and in trouble instead of turning it back into where we have a lot more Mustangs.
About 3 minutes away till kickoff. The Mustangs actually lost the coin toss, so I believe that they will be
I wasn't watching, so.
I think they get the ball. No, they will.
I thought we won and
I was
deferred.
so ingrained.
I thought we
what
won
Blake
and
was
deferred,
saying.
and I saw Skiatook choose the wind, I thought.
Yeah, maybe so. Guys,
be wrong.
let's get started with who you got. His Mustangs come out on the field. Let's talk about who's going to have a big night tonight. Blake, we'll start with you down on the field.
So I think it's important for our middle linebackers. I'll just pick both. If Jaden Tanner's going to start, it's going to be Jaden Tanner and Nate Morrow. I think it's very, very, very important that those two guys do a really good job of fitting and what's called scraping and, getting around each other and helping each other fit the run on this outside run. And that's really going to shut down the Skiatook Bulldog offense. And as we've seen, when we play really good defensive football and stop the run, we're a really good football team.
Kevin, who you got?
I'm going to go with A.J. Streeter. I'm going to go with him both ways. I think you mentioned he had 8 catches. I think he needs something like 4 or 5 catches tonight. Maybe some quick bubble screens, but we need to try to hit him down the field. I think you'll see us move him around and try to get him the ball. And then on the defensive side, when we do force those obvious passing situations, he's got a nose for the football, and he always finds a way to make a great catch and make a great interception.
I'm going to go with Ashton Wright. The Mustangs love the running game, and I think Ashton will have a big night. He ran for 191 yards last week. And quarterback JoJo Griswold ran for 190 yards last week. But I just anticipate let's open up some seams for him and have a good running. As much as I would love the Mustangs to throw the ball tonight, we just have been committed to the run because for the most part, it has worked for us. So you can see the Mustangs will get the ball to start this. They're going to pooch that to the far side. Mustangs will try to get some type of return. Going to start with actually relatively good field position, about the 37-yard line, so they'll take over first down and 10.
Yeah, and a good job by Jackson Burchett there to be ready for that. You saw him kind of bobble it. That's why you see some of those athletic, good hands people up on that second level. A lot of high schoolers, especially into the wind, and there's a little bit of wind. The wind is dying down tonight, unlike last week. You'll see them do that kind of corner kick so they can cover it better. And we'll definitely take the ball on the 38.
Mustangs are in that all-white road color with those gold helmets. It's a beautiful look, and it's a beautiful Friday night. Gentlemen, it's Friday Night Lights, and when I think about high school football, I think about nights just like this.
Yeah, it just feels like football tonight.
Handoff up the middle. Looks like he's maybe going to gain a yard, but that'll be about it. Not much there. That gap just kind of closed really quick.
Yeah, good job by the Bulldog defense, led by senior number 4, Colton Sutton at linebacker. You'll see him at running back, too. He's one of their big kids and one of their playmakers for sure.
3 receivers in the set for the Mustangs as Griswold's in shotgun.
Ooh, man, he was met behind the line. Actually going to lose about a half a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long. Staying on schedule is really important, Blake. If you want to do what you want to do, 3rd down and long is just not what you're looking for.
No, it's not. And that aggressive play, though, by the outside linebacker, that's something that we're probably going to get to read or make an adjustment off of and have Joe throw some type of screen or let him run the ball.
Now you're in a situation where you have to throw the ball. It's a little bit predictable. Joe loves to scramble. He will scramble.
Oh.
Oof. Man, pass intended for Jackson.
That is a missed opportunity. He's wide open there. He's 17, 18 yards down the field and wide open. We got to be able to set our feet and make that throw.
Yeah, he came back to the ball, therefore lost his footing and just wasn't able to do it. So the Mustangs will go 3 and out with their first offensive possession. And you really wanted to set the tone tonight. You really wanted to come in and kind of punch Skiatook in the nose, make them play from behind tonight. Just unable to do that. So the Mustangs are set to punt it away.
I think you're going to see them send pressure almost in like a run blitz situation. You mentioned kind of our lack of passing game, and that's been chosen. We can throw the ball. That's going to go in the end zone. That's a great punt by Nate. It's unfortunate. I think you're going to have to see us tonight pass to set up the run. I think we're going to have to maybe pass on 1st down, where that's traditionally not something that we do.
Yeah, I think as you move through your progression, I think next week with Miami coming to town, you're going to have to be a balanced offense.
100%.
You just are. So you're going to have to find some life in your passing game. I would love for the Mustangs to get a couple of scores ahead tonight, and then that gives you some flexibility with being able to bring some life into that. If you got a chance against a team like Cushing, you're going to have to be balanced because they're just going to pin their ears back and come at you and make you throw the ball because they're going to stop the run, much like what Wagner did.
Yep. You see big number 4, Colton Sutton in the backfield, 220-pound running back.
Mustang defense going to get a hand on him. Looks like he'll gain maybe 2 yards.
Good job by Warren Pierce meeting him in the backfield. Got a hold of a jersey and just wouldn't let go. If you had an all-hustle team in District 4A3, Warren Pierce would be on it. He gives great effort. That's a good example there.
Jace White is their senior quarterback. We've seen him the last several years. Last time I was here at Skiatook, they were a pre-district game. They were playing in 5A, but because of just some transition.
They're going to get us off sides. Remember, in high school football, you can't cross the line and get back. That's NFL. So you're right there on the line. We lose track of the ball and give them 5 free yards.
Yeah, and for those watching at home, if you didn't quite understand what that buck sweep type play is, that first play, that's their bread and butter. That's the buck sweep that we're trying to talk about. And probably the hefty part of their offense tonight is they're kind of going to beat their head against the wall trying to make that work.
All right, Skiatook set ready to go. They only have 1 receiver to the far side, 3 tight ends in this set, and so we can't get play started because of motion and false start. So 3 plays, 2 flags.
You don't see that a lot. The wide receiver, the guy split to the wide side of the field over there, actually false started. So they're not huddling. They're looking down at their play cards. And obviously he missed the snap count on that. He went on 1, and it wasn't 1, guys.
20 seconds on the play clock. It's 9:48, 47, 46. The play in the first quarter just getting underway here. The Mustangs went 3 and out in their first possession if you're just joining us. Jace White, the quarterback, going to hand it off up the middle.
Good job there. Rafe Tackett there early. Host of Mustangs, but good job there. Getting him before he gets started is going to be important. He's a big kid. One-on-one out on the perimeter, you're going to have to go diving at some ankles to get him down, so it's nice to get him before he gets going.
No gain on the play. They're in the same situation we are. They were 3rd down and long, so it's almost a predictable pass situation. 3rd down and 10.
It'd be nice to match 3 and out since we had to go 3 and out. Yeah. Be good kind of mentally for the defense and the offense to get right back out and try to get that taste out of their mouth.
Good to hear the Stallion Battalion in the stands tonight. Skiatook's band is actually not present, so it is fall break for high schools, and so the Mustang band here to cheer on the football team tonight.
He's going to throw it deep.
Washington made a great play on the ball. How about that?
Good job there using the sideline, pinning him to his back, and turning and finding the ball and getting a hand on it. That should force a punt.
Pass was intended for James Thompson on the far side, so incomplete. 4th down and 10. 4th down and 9 is what the scoreboard says. No, they look like they're going to go for it.
He's going to flex back. Kind of a short punt. Might be an opportunity to get a block later on.
Streeter going to get that. Might have a chance to get a little bit of a return. He'll cross midfield. He's going to get to about the 48-yard line.
on the Skiatook side, so the Mustangs will start on the good side of the field. First down and 10. You would really like to make this possession count. You get something on the board.
Absolutely. You're on the plus side of the field. Also, we went 3 and out, but they went 3 and out, and we flipped 15, 16 yards worth of field position in our favor here. So we need to go down and get some points here.
I really feel like by the fourth quarter, what it's going to boil down to is just who's in better shape, because this is going to be kind of a knock-down, drag-out kind of ball game. Jackson Burchett, he's got a little bit of space. The speedster, once he gets the opportunity, he gone, knocked out of bounds at the 27-yard line. First down and 10 for the Mustangs.
I want to give you some credit to who you got there. 10 yards down the field, A.J. Streeter blocking, stayed on his man till Jackson was by him and allowed a big reception there. And getting the passing game going doesn't always mean throwing it way down the field. That was a good job. We went quick.
Ashton Wright up the middle.
Yeah, able to go quick, pick up 7-8 yards, perhaps before the Bulldogs are ready.
Blake, that's fun when you can be second down and short.
It's where you want to be, and really you get your playbook open up. This is where you can take a shot, but I think if you just keep chunking the ball down the field.
Got numbers.
JoJo going to get the first down, knocked out of bounds. You can see it did come in from the back judge.
The white hat isn't going to let that. I know it didn't look super egregious. He didn't get slammed down on his head, but multiple steps. The guy knew where he was. I think you're going to get him for the picking him up and throwing him to the side,
Clearly,
especially with the track right there.
Play is over. Whistle's blown. Yeah, so that's going to put the Mustangs down first and goal.
They're huddling. You see one guy shaking his head no. The white hat. If you threw the flag, you threw the flag.
And you're the white hat. You need to.
They're going to wave this off if you watch. Told you.
How about that? Huh.
My theory is 100%, guys.
Huddles don't work well for the.
If you I used to coach soccer, and it used to just drive me crazy. You'd see the officials put the whistle in their mouth, and they're not like you picked your whistle up for a reason. You shouldn't be able to allow 6 yards outside the lines to pick up the quarterback and throw him to the ground.
Speedster Jackson Burchett on the end around, handoff right up the middle to Ashton Wright. They can get a first down about the 4-yard line. He'll pick up about 4, maybe 5 yards there. Puts you second down, very manageable. Second down and 6.
We are really close to busting one of those.
Yeah. JoJo going to keep it again around the left side. Ooh.
Real close.
He'll get the first down, brought down at the 1-yard line. So it's a first and goal for the Mustangs.
I think at least early, we haven't popped one of those, but every time he keeps, Blake, we've had numbers out here, so I think that's something to watch. They're going to have to adjust to that when we do the quarterback keep.
JoJo's going to try to keep it.
They're going to say short.
Yeah, I think they're going to walk it in.
Nope.
No. Stampede touchdown.
Awesome. That's exactly what we needed. Big chunk play after big chunk play. Going quick, which is what we want to be known for. We got the passing game going. Remember, guys, right off the bat, throwing it out here to the screen, kind of the tunnel screen.
Well, I think that's what set this drive up to succeed. You had Burchett out here and got that first down and some extra yards, kind of open things up. And you're going to have to hold that defense accountable. They've got to account that you've got receivers that can catch the ball. And it just gets the guys out of the box, creates some space for your running back and quarterback to run the ball.
And Leafs gives the defense something to think about. And I think that's exactly what we need to do moving forward, and that's a great job by them. The Mustangs and the Stallion Battalion gets to strike it up and hear the fight song. Dr. Wilkins in the house, rolling in. Just in time.
6:56 left to play in the first quarter. The Mustangs will strike first. They are on top 7-0. It is fall break for the Mustangs, so the hallways will be quiet.
They were quiet today. We finished up some teacher conferences. I want to give a shout out to Melinda Taylor, my longtime administrative assistant. She's been there longer than me, but for 5 years going on 6, she's been a rock in the office and someone I could count on and does a lot of things before I have to ask her. I'm excited to hire Rebecca Nutter. She's a Mustang alum, but definitely sad to see Melinda go. She's going to go be a grandma.
She is going to be she's got grandma on the brain. I'm telling. She has 2
grandkids, and they're going to come spend some time with her, and happy for her to be able to do that. She's a great person.
Her husband retired, and so what do you do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mustangs will kick it away.
Stay in bounds. Yes, sir. Stayed in bounds. They're going to say touchback. We got a little lucky there. Great job, Jackson.
Yeah, we talked about getting in second and short and, the taking the shot plays, but I think just over the course of the season and watching our offense, we almost just get into a better rhythm when we just kind of just keep banging away, just keep chipping away 4 or 5 yards at a time with our run game and short pass game. And it almost seems like when we go to take a shot and we don't get it, it kind of takes the wind out of ourselves a little bit. If we can keep our momentum and just keep, just chunking the ball 4 or 5 yards at a time, I mean, that's really all you need. I think we stay in a better rhythm.
Jace White, he's their quarterback. They have one receiver in their set. Going to hand it off kind of up the left side.
Good job there by A.J. Streeter coming up from the safety position, getting big number 4 on the ground, and that's a big tackle because he might still be running if we didn't make that tackle.
Yeah, you prefer your safeties not to be tackling running backs, but in that situation, Streeter had the closing speed to get in there and make that stop. Really only a gain of about 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6.
If you look back and your safeties leading the team in tackles or leading the team in a game in tackles, you're probably going to lose that game because he's getting to – that's the 3rd level. He's getting to the 3rd level of the defense repeatedly.
So Skiatook will check the play. Hand off up the left side.
Good job there. I saw Jaden Tanner on the legs. Jaden Tanner just has no fear. He plays with no fear.
Missed him last week in the defense.
Absolutely.
And he's a solid part of that defensive scheme. Was a little banged up last week, but glad to have him back in the lineup tonight.
And I think something that's really good, a positive takeaway from that, is just the swarm of gold helmets that we had to come to the football. That's really great to see our pursuit.
Mustangs show blitz. It is 3rd down and 5 for the Bulldogs. They don't have really a receiver. They've got a couple of guys close to the formation, but they're fully committed to the run. Handoff up the left side. He'll lose a yard, guys.
I don't know. It looked like Nate kind of dove in there and got the legs and tripped him up. Great job, Nate Morrow.
Colton Sutton, the ball carrier.
Should be a
they might go for it, but I just don't see it.
No, he's going to flex out. All that does is keep your return team off the field. I mean, he'd be kind of silly to go for it now. Oh, he dropped it. Get him. Yes, sir. And I think that's where some of that fancy stuff can work against you.
Yeah, he didn't have a lot of room there. Warren Pierce will get in and tackle him. Literally, if he's 4 or 5 steps further back, he has some more time.
He's not at full punter depth.
Yeah.
You're inside your 20. No one in Tulsa County thinks you're going for it. I don't know who you're trying to fool there.
So the Mustangs will take over in fantastic field position, already in their red zone.
Nice
Hand
cut.
off up the right side, still grinding.
Not going to pick up a lot there, but that was a nice cut. Stick his foot in the ground, stick his right foot in the ground and get upfield.
He does fall forward once they hit him. He's able to even pick up almost another yard out of that. Looks like maybe a gain of 3 on the play. Bring up 2nd down, 7. Mustangs would love to put another 7 on the board here.
Absolutely.
Passing game. Burchett had the little screen pass because every defender on that side cleared out. So if Burchett, with his speed, would have been able to, if they could have completed that, he would have picked up several yards, might have even got close to the first down.
I think you're here. If that ball's anywhere on target, I think you're hearing the Stallion Battalion play the fight song right now. That's unfortunate. That's just, I know Blake said, our running game, we are averaging well, but we have to get that passing game going if we're going to be the team we want to be, because you can't miss opportunities like that.
Handoff up the left side, going to gain about 2. So it's going to put you 4th down and 5 situation.
They're going to go for it.
Yeah. Mustangs are going to bring Ty Cherry in. Maybe Joe has a gift of getting teams to jump offside. Maybe they thought they could do that. Play clock is down to 15. Ty Cherry.
Not going to get it, guys. It's going to be close. Yep, about a yard short, and that's going to send the Mustang defense on the field, and that's unfortunate. That's just a result of, like I said, I think we score a touchdown if we just complete that screen pass.
Some of this is a chess match, too. You're playing a field position game. If you can hold them 3 and out here, you're still going to get the ball back in really good field position. So I don't hate it. I don't hate the aggressiveness of going for it on 4th down. When you're up by 7, Skiatook, have they got a first down tonight?
They have not. This will be their third possession of the night.
Yeah, there's just not a lot there, not a lot of productivity from Skiatook on their offense. They've pretty much committed to the run, and the Mustang defense can just kind of pin their ears back and come at them.
And honestly, that front seven is probably the strength of our defense, so it's kind of going strength on strength here.
They have a total of 3 yards rushing in the first, so far in the first quarter with 3:18 left to play.
Yeah, the defense playing well. Coach Wagner transitioned over to the defense side of the ball this year with the hiring of Coach Noble. We're going to try to sling it a little bit here. Yeah, give him that inside release. That was just a pitch and catch. That was almost like warm-ups there. I don't know if we were kind of on our heels, not really expecting maybe a pass.
So it's going to be about third. No,
No,
maybe
they're gonna
give
give
the
it to
chains. Okay. So that's the first down of the night for the Bulldogs. With 2:50 left to play in the first quarter, first down and 10. Mustangs in that.
I want to give everybody a heads up. So typically Tyler Stovall wears number 36. He's wearing 59 tonight because there's a possibility he'll have to play on the offensive line. And you got to have one of those offensive lineman numbers.
It's that by committee conversation we had. And off up the left side, number 27, right there to make the tackle, Blake.
Yeah, and that's one of those plays where you kind of get to be selfish as an outside linebacker. You know, he gets to stick his nose in there, and so it's rewarding. It's nice to get him to see to make those tackles, you know, because it's kind of a selfless position out on the edge of the defense.
Yeah, and you call that a run fit. That was his hole he was supposed to get, and he was right there, and they met at the ball and lost it too. Great job. This situation, 2nd and 12, Brent, we got to get off the field here. We got to go 2 plays and make them punt to the offense.
They have one receiver to the near side of the field. Handoff tried to go up the left side. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
That front line of the Mustangs, guys, I don't know that I've seen them play any better this season, and we're week 7.
Bryce Byers, Nate Morrow meeting at the ball. You like to see that.
We just keep building every week, and defense wins championships. I mean, and to be able to stop the run, especially as the season gets colder, it gets harder to throw the ball. And so to be able to stop the run against really good teams, that's the first part of success is your front 7 on defense.
It is 3rd down and 12 coming up for the Bulldogs. They have one receiver to the far side of the field. Pass across the middle. I don't know if it got tipped, just left his hands funny.
I don't
but
know.
had
I think it just left
not
his
a
hands
chance.
That's going to bring them 4th down and long. Anxious to see if they stick with that kind of, hey, we're going to go for it and then flex out of it option that they've been doing. Looks like they
47 seconds left to play in the first quarter. They've got a spread offense. A.J. Streeter will be back to receive for the Mustangs.
Low punt. Going to bounce. Nope, stay away from it.
Yeah, good smart play on his part. So it'll be brought down, I'm guessing, 48-yard line. Mustangs will take over 1st and 10.
Great field position. They're going to mark that where the kicking team first touched it. It's going to be the 48. And not quite the plus side of the field, but we'll take it for sure. Going to have about 37 seconds to work from north to south. And kind of like you were calling for last week, Brent, the wind has basically died. It's nil right now. So just a beautiful night here in Skiatook, America.
Man, when I think of Friday night football, I think of these middle October, 1st of November games. You don't know what to wear. You're going to be hot.
You got to take everything.
Cold. Like looking at the forecast on my phone, like it's going to be 55 by the end of the game. I don't like to be cold.
Good catch. Yeah, it's
Flag
one of those
way
days.
back.
Probably a legal procedure, I'm guessing. We ran a guy on late, but sweating, loading the Suburban.
Yeah.
And then taking a coat because if the wind doesn't die, you know you're going to be freezing by the end of the game.
So, Blake, you see Laundry on the field?
Yeah, but it was way back in the defensive secondary. And it was after the ball was snapped.
Oh, they're counting to see if there's 12 guys on the defense. 4, 5, 6.
I think that was there.
I only see 11.
I don't know. He touched the top of his head. Yeah, we'll just wave it off. That's good.
Yeah, when we huddle, it don't go well for us.
Yeah, it's a little early in the game to have 2 waved off, but You obviously want to get it right. I think he thought he saw 12 and only had 11, so good job of them to
Pass
double check.
complete to A.J. Streeter on this side. Will bring up second down. JoJo going to keep it. He's got the first down. He's down to the 30.
Gets a blocker.
Down to the 20. Knocked down about the 12-yard line. Great game for JoJo.
And you mentioned that we just got a hat on a hat, had more people out there than they did, and got a bunch of blockers in front of Joe.
Honestly,
he made a good cut.
Ashton was looking for someone to block. There was no one there. That's how outnumbered they were there. And I think if he could have found that last guy to block, we were striking up the band. But
8 seconds are counting, so the Mustangs can snap one. They don't have to, but they're going to. Hand off to Ashton Wright, right up the middle.
Yeah, good collision there. It's going to bring the quarter to a close.
Going to pick up about 3, so that'll bring the first quarter to a close. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more on the Mustang Network right after this.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
RCB Bank is community. RCB Bank is friendly customer service. RCB Bank is trusted. RCB Bank is here to help. RCB Bank is yesterday, today, and tomorrow. RCB Bank is everywhere you need us to be. We are RCB Bank. Open an account online today to see why our customers always say, RCB Bank, that's my bank.
I knew Coach Wagner and the guys would have a good game plan coming in tonight, but Blake, I'm telling you, you've had a great start to this game. You can finish this drive and get points on the board. You got to feel good about yourself going into the rest of the next 3 quarters.
Yes, you do, and really, your defense is carrying a big part of the game. This is probably one of their best games they've played thus far. They're looking really good against the run fit. We'd like to see maybe just a tad bit tighter on our pass game, but this Mustang defense is looking really good tonight, really sharp.
Score of note, McLean is visiting Cushing tonight, where we'll be in a couple of weeks, and they are currently down. Cushing's up 21-0 in the first quarter, so Cushing definitely no letdown this week.
Second down and 7. Handoff around the left side.
Touchdown.
Stampede, touchdown, just like that. Ashton Wright.
Some good blocking outside on the edge. Bryce Byers pulling. A.J. Streeter out there. No one touched him. I mean, we're playing flag football. We still score there. Great job. Another good game here of note. Catoosa is visiting Miami. Miami's up 15-0 in the first quarter.
And that, my friends, is the game I have circled as the Miami War Dogs come to town next Friday night. You would like to be able to go into that game healthy. You'd like to have the opportunity tonight to work on your passing game, just kind of solidify some stuff, because that really is going to – I think that's going to come down between 3 and 4 for the district. Still finishing in the bottom of half the district, you make the playoffs, but that 3 spot is what you're looking for.
Absolutely. Like we mentioned so many times, just sets up so much more of a winnable situation. You're going to be on the road, but that's okay. We started on the road before and made the finals.
Yeah.
But it just sets you up for an easier path.
Looking at that district we match up with, Poto and Broken Bow, both in the top 10. They're both great teams. So kind of whoever wins that matchup, and they are playing tonight. And
yes.
So we will kind of keep an eye on that score, that Poto Broken Bow game. Just a long history down through the decades of matching up with that district. And I'll tell you, those bus rides to Poto are a long bus ride.
Yes.
I actually was checking out some scores over this past week, and Broken Bow played Fort Gibson to a very similar score that we did. I think it was like 53-35 or something like that, 28. So really close to so I think that's kind of a similar team, which would really be a good draw for us first round of the playoffs if that were to all shake out the way it will.
Ball takes a wonky bounce there. That doesn't hurt us.
Yeah, they better figure that out.
Ooh, big collision.
So he will get it out to about the 22-yard line. So the Bulldog offense that only has 1 first down on the evening will take over first down and 10. Guys, I was listening to Mike Gundy's press conference and was just talking about one of his coaches used to have a saying that winning's fun.
Absolutely.
And your guys stay energized and they stay motivated. The Mustangs 3-3 tonight. One of those pre-district games kind of slipped through your fingers. You'd like to have another shot at that. But I see these guys getting better every week. And when you're 1-5
it's hard to improve.
Absolutely.
It is. But when you're 3-3, you're tied for that 3rd and 4th spot in the district. These guys they're motivated and just improving every week. Handoff up the right side. Their big back, number 4.
And that's a situation where he just kind of got lost in the wash. We got lots of hands on him, but we're unable to wrap up. And you mentioned winning's fun. My own son today, when I dropped him off, we were talking about the game. He mentioned how much fun the bus rides are home after you win.
They're long.
he said
if you lose.
They're great.
That Wagner bus ride was a long bus ride home.
I can tell you, if you lose, Collinsville is a long bus ride home.
It's only 20 minutes, and it's a long ride home. Skiatook will check their play.
Yep.
Do not have a receiver really out.
Pitch it out wide.
So they send some kind of tight ends guys that are standing up, tight end hybrid slot receiver.
And they got some of those guys, when they line up, they look good on the hoof, so to speak. And I know you mentioned Mr. Matthews. Want to give a shout out to our band. You mentioned Skiatook band's not here, and I know talking to Mr. Matthews, we have a few kids that are out of town, but love. You talked about this feels like football. It sounds like football too on a Friday night, even though it's Thursday.
First down and 10 for the Bulldogs. And they're going to finally move a receiver out. Going to look to throw it to him. How about that? Brad Hoisington will get a hand on it. Blake, he played that perfectly. He just played that perfectly.
Yeah, and that's his second one tonight. Really, really great to see him stepping up into a role. A young guy, he's just a sophomore, and he's got a lot of athletic ability and a lot of upside to him, and it's really good to see because that was something early in the season we saw him not fail at, but there was much room to improve, and he has improved on that. He's shown that tonight.
Got his head turned around, got a hand there at the right time. So great defense. Should bring up second down and 10 with 10:52 left to play in the halftime. I think he lost a couple on that.
Yeah, good job there, Tyler Stovall, scraping down the line of scrimmage and making a play.
So that brings up 3rd down, 12 for the Bulldogs.
Be nice to get up the field here. You got them in 3rd and long, 3rd and 13. If they run, we're probably going to have to miss a tackle for them to get a first down. So just keep the passing game in front of you and make a tackle and force a punt.
They have one receiver to this side. They have Brad on him. Nope, sorry. A couple of Mustangs get tangled up in coverage. Pass incomplete. 4th down.
Yeah, force the punt, get off the field. Good job defense. If you field this punt cleanly, you should get some decent field position.
Ashton Wright was in coverage. Skiatook has not had a lot of success in their punt game just because they don't do a traditional punt. It's kind of a short.
And we get a play, and we just talked about it.
Can they? How about that? They'll take it down at the 2-yard line.
And we just talked, again, obviously, I know Coach Miller. He's a couple years ahead of me. I went to Skiatook for a little bit. Great coach, great guy. He knows what he's got. It just seems wonky. You see so many punts in high school almost get blocked, and yet you're going to line up closer to the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's twice that funky formation has not worked out for them, and they're going to give the Mustangs the ball. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. You got an opportunity here, guys, to go up 21-0 before half.
Well, and you mentioned winning is fun. The opposite is losing, and I can promise you losing is no fun. You get up 21-0, you basically just started the second quarter. Teams that haven't won a lot, you start thinking, here we go again. And you have a natural lull.
So 2 receivers to the far side. Mustangs just going to hand it to Ashton Wright.
Touchdown.
Stampede, touchdown.
Yeah, one play. Like those one-play touchdown drives, Blake.
Those are the best ones.
Strike up the band. The band's going to get tired tonight. We keep this up.
I just don't know who's doing push-ups. I mean, they're racking them up pretty quick.
And just like that, with 9:53 left to play until halftime, the Mustangs have had everything pretty much go right. The Bulldogs have had everything pretty much go wrong. Mr. Burchett kicked the PAT, and it is no good. Man, he's been so good on the season, and honestly, Blake, I felt like that one was maybe in the snap and the hold.
Yeah, and it really can depend a whole lot on that, because your kicker, you think, oh, the kicker missed because he kicked the ball. Well, if any type of that timing is off, you get into such a muscle memory rhythm, and any type of the timing or where the ball gets spotted down is off, then they'll miss that kick. It's really a finicky process, and teams that can kick field goals consistently have something special, because you have a really good snapper, you have a really good holder, and then you have a really good kicker at the end, and it's a three-man team that has to connect every single time for that to happen.
Always remember Einhorn Finkel.
Oh, Finkel and Einhorn. Love that movie, by the way.
Laces out.
Ace Ventura. But this every game we've scored, of course we didn't score in Wagner, so you're talking 6 games so far, we've missed an extra point.
Yeah.
And, man, that's just going to stick in your craw.
Well, and Jackson's done a good job responding, but as a kicker, success leads to success. And you want to get those misses behind you, because there may come a time where you've got to kick a 35, 40-yard field goal, and you want to know with confidence going in, hey, I got this.
Deep kick there down to about the 2. Good job there by number 88, Dylan Murphy.
Gavin Anderson on the return for the Bulldogs. So they will come out first down and 10 for the Bulldogs. I would expect they're going to run the ball a little bit.
Yeah, and this is, when you get on top of a running team, this is kind of where they get in trouble. You think back to those great Nebraska teams. They were amazing. If they got down, they just struggled.
Until you're down by 3 scores and you need points quick. The run game can bust open, but that's just not proven to be the case. So 9:45 left to go till halftime. They have a receiver out. Ashton Wright on coverage will slow him down.
Nice tackle.
Streeter will knock him out of bounds right at midfield.
Good hustle by A.J. preventing an even bigger play, and that's one where you get your hands on him and you just don't wrap up and get him to the ground. He's a big kid.
Alex Morgan, their wide receiver there. He's a senior.
Yeah, that's just an example where their athlete made a play. 5-yard hitch turns into about a 25-yard gain.
And he's got a little bit of size on Ashton. Ashton was able to kind of wrap him up, but he was just able to break out of that. Loss of 3. You can hear the PA announcer say Jaden Tanner on the tackle for the Mustangs. 9:15 left to play till halftime. The Mustang band will not be marching. They at halftime, though, I do hope we can visit with John Matthews. Mustangs pretty much wrapped up their competition season, and I'm going to let John brag. But, man, what a season it was. They had some of their best finishes in school history.
Yeah, did a great job. Have some really talented musicians in the room.
Quarterback keeper up the middle.
Yeah, it looked like kind of a busted play. 25 Ty Cherry going to be on the tackle.
He'll pick up 2. And honestly, I thought he got a little bit better distance than that. Not that I'm okay with it.
You're going to say the knee came down.
Yeah.
And what I mean by busted plays, he kind of turned to the right.
His guy wasn't there.
Yeah, there was no one there. You do the fake handoff. It's hard to fake handoff. There's no one over there.
3rd down and 11. Handoff around the right side. Nothing. Going to lose a couple, matter of fact.
Yeah, great job, Brady Evans. Scraping down the line, making that tackle.
So they were able to get a first down on that possession, but brings up 4th down at midfield. Be curious to see if they would go for it here. I wouldn't suspect they would. They probably don't want to give the Mustangs the ball. Matter of fact, they're going to take a timeout and talk about it. We're going to take a timeout as well. We'll be back with more right after this on the Mustang Network.
Rod Henry Construction has been in the business of installing and manufacturing septic tanks and aerobic systems for over 10 years. At Rod Henry Construction, we take pride in providing quality service and products at a reasonable rate. We're proud members of the Home Builders Association and the Better Business Bureau. You can visit our website at rhcinc.net. The customer is always our top priority. Rod Henry Construction is a family-owned and operated business with strong Christian values that will ensure our work. For manufacturing and installation of aerobic and septic systems, service and repair, give Rod Henry Construction a call, 918-371-1207. And go Mustangs! Your first quarter went about as good as you had hoped. You are 7:55 till halftime. It is 4th down and 15 for the Bulldogs. They have just taken a timeout to talk it over. You fully anticipate them to punt it away. And, Kevin, I think he's actually a couple of steps back.
Yeah, he's been at that 7-yard mark. He's at 9 there. And he kicks it kind of low, too. So when you're at 7 and you kick it a little low.
Streeter will pick it up, might have an opportunity.
Little stiff arm there, little cut there.
I want to give, like, Ashton Wright in the situation. You've punched the Bulldogs a couple times in the face, so a couple of big plays here, and you're out of that. JoJo going to scramble. The break tackle, knocked out of bounds.
Oh, late hit there.
So you can tell some frustration.
Yeah. JoJo scared me a little bit, carrying the ball out like that.
He loves to scramble. I mean, and talking with Wagner, like JoJo's comfortable out of the pocket. They've had to get comfortable with JoJo being out of the pocket. Really no gain after all that running. So 2nd down and 10. Joe just going to keep it again around the right side.
Yeah, the situation on that 1st down play, I think he had Gavin Salt in the flat for probably 3 or 4 yards. Probably a situation like to have that back and just dump that down.
Yeah, when you get out of the pocket, it's kind of, when you're athletic like that, you can kind of dance around a little bit more, but you really want to see him, go from, deep to short. Deep's not there. He's working back to his mid-range route. And in his 3rd or 4th step, he's hitting something. And so you just got to dump it off and let your guys get some yards.
3rd down and 6, and Joe Griswold did it. Call him off sides.
I wish we got 5 yards for each guy that came across.
Yeah.
We'd get about 15.
And so that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1.
Much better situation.
He does it. Guys, I think he's done it every game.
From the shotgun. You don't see it a lot. He does a tremendous job.
Oh, they're going to say false start on us.
Dare I say the huddle?
I don't know, Blakely. Maybe you saw it on your side, but
the guy on our side put his hands up like it wasn't. I don't have it, and now the opposite of 3rd and 1, 3rd and 10. Oh, the go route over here is wide open.
Pass was intended this side to A.J. Streeter. Incomplete, so it'll bring up 4th down. And again, just the percentages when you got to go 90 yards, it's not high.
And Jackson Burchett was in the slot and kind of ran an out and up and was probably 15 yards wide open. If we see that and make a good throw, the offensive line is sprinting down the field to hug him in the end zone.
Nate Morrow will be punting out of their own end zone. 6:54 left to play till halftime.
False start.
So 4th down and 15 for the Mustangs.
Now's where you get a little uncomfortable. You start talking about
because
the
you
situation
got it
with
short.
the punting. Correct. Any mishap here, any bad snap can mean points for the defense. Good snap there.
Good punt.
Yeah, really
good job
punt.
by Nate. Got a good spiral punt. It'll bounce out of bounds at the 47, 46-yard line. And so Skiatook with 6:36 left to play in the half will take over 1st down and 10.
Yeah, that's a great job by Nate Morrow there. That's a good punt. He's
got
backed
yourself
up,
out of trouble, yeah.
Backed up with a heel on the back of the end zone and punts it almost to midfield. About all you can ask for. It's up to the defense now to make a stand.
Fall break. Students are out of school today, tomorrow, and
Monday.
on Monday.
Correct. They get a 5-day break. Several students I talked to were sure happy about that. Oh.
How about that? How about that, A.J. Streeter?
That's my guy. That's my who you got it, and that's exactly what I envisioned. They were going to have to do some sort of trick play, and he was going to go find the ball, and he played a great center fielder there and just went up, found the ball. Offense back on the field. This is one of those situations you hear about a lot. Quick change of possession. I would like to see us take a shot down the field. Their heads are down. They're a little deflated. Let's take a shot down the field and make a big play.
Coming up October 27th, it is the Lower Elementary Literacy Night.
touch of magic, a pinch of fright, cast a spell this festive night in the Lower Elementary bus loop. The book fair will be open as well. It's going to be a fun night for kids at the Lower Elementary. It's that time.
They're 15 yards off Jackson. Yeah, you saw him signal to his helmet. Just get him the ball. We didn't get it blocked up very well, but
he is this speedster. Man, when
simple.
he can cut loose, he's gone. In baseball season, when they sub in a courtesy runner, he gets the nod.
Yeah, if we could have blocked that up a little better out here, I think he's still running.
Yeah, if we just get just another hand on that guy right there, nobody's going to catch him.
He gone.
They're subbing guys off, and we caught him with 12 on the field. I don't know if they're going to call it, but they still had guys on the field.
Handoff right up the middle.
I don't know. They should call that.
We might have could have been some type of inadvertent face mask there. He was on the tackle. His hand did kind of slide down from the top of his helmet down the body. It was unintentional if he caught his face mask, though.
You say, yeah, face mask on the defense. First down for the Mustangs.
Next Friday night, one of my favorite events, we have a college and career fair. Last year we had only over 40 booths, if you will.
Wow.
College and career, OSU IT, Tulsa Welding School, all the state colleges, out-of-state colleges. And one of my favorite things is when we started doing this 4 years ago, everyone goes through it, freshman through senior. That's the goal, obviously, to send them to the military, send them to school, to send them to an IT school. So why hide it from your freshmen? Let them see what's out there. Let them experience it. Let them talk. And we're going to do that. They'll rotate through in grade levels next Friday. Excited about that. Counselor's been working hard on that.
Pass complete the right side to Braxton Moore. Guys, I've harped on it. Maybe Wagner's finally started listening. Wonder what Kellogg thinks. And
I bet that's when he goes to bed. What do my broadcast team think I should do?
Yeah. JoJo up the middle. We've got a flag. He's told them to not move the chains.
Yeah. Going to get a hold, I think.
It was thrown in that area, so. Nope, looks like it's an illegal shift on the Mustangs. Nope. It's not as bad as a hold.
Yeah, it's not 10 yards from the spot, but it will nullify the gain, so it might have been in that situation. I thought he might have had a hold. In a study I made up for my next statement, it seems like about 50% of the holds come from like a cutback.
Yeah.
The offensive line is not really prepared. They're blocking one way, and you have a guy cut back a different way, and they just grab.
5:26 left to play till halftime. The Mustangs with 3 receivers in their set. Ty Cherry in the backfield. Joe just going to run it to the left.
They caught on to that.
Yeah, they did. He did that a couple of plays ago. Got a big gain on it. This time, Skiatook defense said not so fast.
And that's just a missed block. That's a play side linebacker going to come in and make a tackle, and that's someone you have to get. You have to get somebody on that guy.
You know, I used to say when I coached, they practice too. They're going to make some plays. He's obviously probably, one of the top playmakers. He's going to make some plays. So it's up to us now to make a play here to extend the drive.
JoJo just going to tuck and run. He's got to get to about the 47. I don't think he's going to make it.
I think you're going to see Coach Wagner. He's saying go.
Yeah, he's got 1 yard
fourth
to gain.
And a yard. He's saying go on the plus side of the field, and he wants to go quick.
1 yard to gain. Don't let them sub anybody in. Just JoJo up the middle.
This play's going to seem a little slower, even though we didn't huddle, because Joe ran it and was all the way tackled on their side of the field, on their sidelines.
They're going to bring Streeter into the set, kind of as an additional blocker to keep Skiatook out of the backfield. Joe going around the left side. He's got it.
Yep, first down. Not a lot, but it's all we needed.
The big 2 yards moves the chains. First down and 10 with 4:32 left to go till halftime.
And, guys, I've been there. I've been on defense when you give up a fourth down, and it just deflates you. You're down 20-0, giving up fourth downs. Would be real nice here with 4:27 left in the half to see the Mustangs punch it in the end zone.
Joe scrambling to his right. Oh, pass intended for Jackson Burchett. Braxton Moore was there as well. Their quarterback was in coverage. Now there's a Bulldog down, number 21. He's a little bit slow to get up. That's Gavin Anderson. We've called his name a couple of times tonight. It'll be second down and 10 for Oologah. Coming up at halftime, we'll check some area scores. A lot of schools are playing Thursday night football. It's fall break. Ty Cherry around the left side. Not a lot there. They're going to say
nope.
Maybe
Tackled by
loss of a yard.
A host of Bulldogs, cleaned up by big tight end Braden Ringer, number 35. He's a sophomore. That's a big young man.
3:53, the clock is running. 3rd down and 11 coming up for the Mustangs.
Go trips to the near side of the field here. Try to set up a mismatch, get somebody in the open. No, we're going to have
Ty Cherry up the left side. He's got it. He's to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, headed to the corner. Stampede, touchdown, and a flag.
Oh, good to see him get up. It looks like he slammed the back of his head on the ground. I don't know. I didn't see anything egregious there other than the fact that he did fall backwards and slam the back of his helmet. And he's moving kind of slow, and you worry about.
And it was thrown at that play.
Yeah,
and there was not another Mustang there to get involved.
You worry about concussions when you see the back of the head slam on the.
All right, we're waiting for it's a personal foul. Horse collar. Yep. Got to be careful how you bring him down. So he grabbed a hold of the back of his shoulder pads, if you will, brought him down. So
I think since we missed that one earlier, we're going to chase it here, guys, and try to get it 28. It's currently 26-0. 3:32 here left. No? Yeah. You set up tight, though.
Ty Cherry will remain the running back. JoJo looking to pass.
Throw it
back.
back.
Corner. Got it. How about that? Braxton Moore, 2-point conversion is good.
Yeah, great job there. Didn't see a lot of space, so good throw and a good catch by Braxton Moore.
And from my perspective, JoJo went through his progression. And I think Braxton was maybe second or third in his because he kind of rolled to his right and he was looking at his receivers, saw Braxton had some space in the back and got him.
Yeah, and that's a kind of a common 2-point play. We had something similar where it's kind of just a misdirection. You've got 2 or 3 guys rolling out to your right, and obviously as a right-handed quarterback, that's the easier side to roll out. So you're going to roll out to your right, and you've got just kind of your tight end, kind of H-back guy. He's just going to sneak right behind the linebackers, and he's going to get lost in the coverage, and he'll end up on that far side. And so you just run to your right, and Joe does a good job, got his hips and eyes flipped and turned around and found him in the back corner.
We've run that play a few times. I think kind of almost force yourself to go through the progressions there to look them off, if you will, to kind of throw on that backside.
So Jackson Burchett on to do the kicking duties for the Mustangs with 3:32 left to play. It is 28-0. Mustangs on top. Bit of a squib kick down the middle. Skiatook will just fall on it. Levi Garrett fall on that. So the Bulldogs take over 1st and 10 with 3:32 left to play until the halftime.
Bulldogs are going to get the ball. You'd sure like to not allow them to get some points on the board and have any type of momentum going into the half and come out and get the ball. You'd like to go 3 and out here.
For maybe the second time tonight, Skiatook has 2 receivers in their set. Pass complete on the right side. Big 19. We've talked about him a little bit. Alex Morgan, the receiver, moved the chains. 1st down and 10. 3:23 left to play.
Go ahead and say that's game plan, playing so far off, just because that's not something they do. It's preventing any type of trick play or anything over the top, but giving them a lot of room there.
Hand off up the right side to number 4. He's finally got some room tonight. Colton Sutton on the carry. Looks like maybe a gain of 9.
Yeah, they're getting some big chunk plays here. 3 minutes, plenty of time for them to get down the field. They're almost to the 50-yard line.
Gain of 8, 2nd down and 2. Ball right at almost midfield. 2:51 and the clock is counting. Coming up at halftime, we'll talk with John Matthews from the Stallion Battalion. And 1st down. Looks like a gain of about 7, enough for a 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and we had an opportunity there to wrap him up in the backfield, and it looked like we just came up and tried to hit him instead of wrapping up, and that's not going to work, big number 4. You're not going to just come in and shoulder him. You'll have to wrap up.
Big running back, number 4, Colton Sutton on the carry. He's done most of their duties tonight. They've got another running back they will use from time to time. And I think Darren wants to talk about it, so he's going to take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout as well. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hello, Mustang family. Like most schools across the state, we are in need of more bus drivers, whether you're a full-time bus driver or just a part-time bus driver.
If you're interested, you can contact Jeff Cluck at the number below, and he will give you the details on how to get certified to drive a bus.
Also, bus drivers, their starting rate of pay is $19.20.
Welcome back to beautiful Skiatook, America. Really is a fun town, but I started the night disappointed.
Oh, I had forgotten about that. You're going to bring up a sore subject.
Well, there's a couple of sore subjects.
I had people texting me today,
including my belt,
about the bread pudding. I could taste it in my mouth.
I didn't eat lunch today or breakfast.
I did not. I had breakfast. We had breakfast for Mrs. Taylor, and I didn't eat lunch because I was going to have Max barbecue. And they went.
Oh, ball's on the ground.
We got it.
Looks like the Mustangs will recover.
We're back to Max. We get to Max, the parking lot. It's closed.
Max
of course,
Barbecue,
it's a
that is.
Family,
Yeah.
Yes, it's a family-owned, family-run business. They're taking some vacation time. Don't blame them. But it didn't make it any easier.
My grief. Well, and Kellogg's been struggle busing today. Before you can give me a hard time about it, I'm just going to fess up that I forgot my belt. And so coming to Skiatook, we had to take a mile and a half detour.
Mile and a half.
Mile and a half detour.
We basically went to Caney Valley High School to get your belt. We basically went north to go south. I don't know.
And what's so disappointing is while we were right there was a very important piece of equipment in my car.
Yep.
That we forgot. And Jerry Kellogg saved my life. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching this game on YouTube because of Mrs. Kellogg delivering a very important piece of equipment.
Yep.
Jackson Burchett, screenplay to the right. He's going to gain about 3. He's just he's full of speed, baby. He wants to go.
2:19 clock running. Plenty of time. We still have a timeout left. 2 timeouts left. So plenty of time here.
Hand off to A.J.
It'll be just short of the first down.
A.J. Jackson. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 coming up for the Mustangs with the $1:53 left to play till halftime. Hopefully Blake will have a chance to talk to Coach Wagner before he goes in at half. JoJo going to go around the left side. Oof, met in the backfield by their running back. And he will just throw him to the ground.
I think you'll see us run the clock here. And
yeah. Through all that, they're only going to say a loss of a yard. So it brings up 4th down and 4 as the clock continues to tick. I would expect Mustangs to just go for it.
I think you'll see us run it down. 22 left on the play clock, 1:12 left on the clock. That way, if you don't get it, they don't have a lot of time. If you do get it, you still have time and 2 timeouts. 8 seconds. Oh, no, we snapped it early.
Joe over the middle. Oh, it's intercepted, and he dropped it.
It's a situation where it's underthrown.
So he's frustrated with himself, but keep in mind, he saved himself about 30 yards by dropping it.
Yeah, when he fell down to the ground.
He wasn't going to get much of a return out of that, so it would have helped the Mustangs had he caught it. So it's 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ball down the 45-yard line. 51 seconds left to go till halftime. Get some first half stats for you coming up in the
halftime show as well.
See what they do here.
Mustangs are at home next Friday night as district play continues and Miami comes to town. Hand off around the right side. Got a big hole. Going to pick up about 6, maybe 7.
Yeah, he's going to get out of bounds, stop the clock. 45 seconds left here in the half.
With a few exceptions, guys, from your special teams, your defense perspective, everything has gone really well in the first half.
Yeah, special teams has went well, all 3 phases.
Offense has had some life in the passing game, mainly in the screen play, throwing it big 19. First down for the Bulldogs.
And they haven't had a ton of success throwing it, but when they have, it's kind of been that 7-yard hitch area.
And it's to him. He's a big receiver, Alex Morgan.
Okay, I need someone out there that has my cell phone number to settle debate. We ended up pivoting, audibling, if you will, from Max Barbecue and going to Ron's Hamburger. I think it used to be called Reds. There was some debate in the Suburban. Did it used to be Reds?
That's what our technical director, Rick Fisher, said.
I thought it used to be Reds.
I think
Somebody
it used to be Reds.
text me and let me know if it used to be Reds, please.
I don't remember what I had for lunch yesterday. Why would I?
Well, I went to school here, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. We used to walk across home football, home basketball games. Instead of going home, we'd go across, eat at Reds. I'm pretty sure it was Reds. I put a quarter in the jukebox, play some songs. It was like Who Let the Dogs Out area.
Yeah.
94-ish.
That would have been Garth and George and Alan to me. I don't. What
Hey.
are these dogs you speak of?
My grandma. Thanks, Grandma. She came through and said, yes, Reds. I was right. We were right, Rick.
So who was wrong?
You.
I didn't say it wasn't
You
Reds.
said it was Ron's.
I said it was Ron's today.
No. You're retracting now. You're being a politician now. You're retracting. Fake news. Hey, Rick.
Streeter's got my back on this. Streeter's denying. I mean, he's agreeing with me that you guys are making this is
Rick's
fake
on my
news.
side. Rick's on my side. It's
This
Reds.
is fake news, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. There's 39 seconds left to play. 28-0. This is the best that Oologah Mustang Broadcasting has to offer.
I make a lot of
high school principal Kevin Hogue is making up facts about me.
I make a lot of mistakes, but I own them. I think that's part of it. You got to own it.
Do you?
Do I? My wife would say not so much, but I feel like I do.
That's
my
my third
professional life.
quarter interview. Where is Dr. Shelley Hogue? And let's have this conversation.
All right, 1st and 10. They got some field position. They got some time, and they got a timeout in their pocket, so they have plenty of time here.
First down and 10. Quarterback back to pass. Throwing deep. Yep. Got caught. And just like that, they're going to put 6 on the board before halftime. That big receiver, number 19, Alex Morgan, kind of been their big target all night. Looks like Streeter just got caught taking pictures.
Yeah, multiple people got caught taking pictures, and that's what you don't want to happen. Now they got a little bit of momentum. They get the ball at the half. You know, when the half changes, we're going to kick off to them, and they're going to have a chance to cut it within 2 scores,
and
potentially.
He really wasn't Streeter's guy to cover.
No.
Streeter's the free safety that was back there, so you had a blown coverage from the line of scrimmage. They're going to attempt a PAT. Brecken Maxwell, their kicker.
Left-footed.
Ball down, kick on the way. And it's good. So
that was a good hold because that snap was behind him.
Skiatook will get on the board with 7 with 31 seconds left to play until halftime. Mustangs still going with a very solid 21-point lead, and Wagner's a little frustrated by that because you had the goose egg in the first half.
Yeah, and I think that's the situation most coaches, I know I was, you could deal with physical mistakes a lot more than you could deal with mental mistakes, and we've bid on that type of play periodically throughout the season, and that's where you just got to be disciplined with your eyes, watch the receiver, not watch the ball.
Yeah. So for the second time tonight, the Mustangs will be in a kick return formation. They got the ball to start the game, which means Skiatook will get the ball to start the second half.
31 seconds here. We do have a timeout, but unless we just get an amazing return and get some great field position, I think you'll see us keep it on the ground.
Yeah.
Just get in the
just
half.
Just get in the locker room at halftime.
He's teeing it up in a weird manner. Yeah, you see us kind of shifting if it's an onside type of look. Ball's not very high off the ground. It's angled over to the far side. Yeah, he's just going to hit it. Let that go out.
Yep. Good play for the Mustangs because that'll actually add some yardage.
Yeah, that was wonky. We're going to get the ball.
Midfield?
I don't know. 40. It's usually the 45. I don't know.
Well, it went out of bounds at the 40 where he's standing.
Yeah, 40, 41.
But because it went out of bounds, don't they add yardage to it?
Yeah, it's going to be a legal procedure for kicking out of bounds.
So they're saying right at the 45-yard line.
He's calling it now.
So you do have some pretty good field position in 31 seconds and 2 timeouts to deal with. Be curious to see what the offense does here.
They're going to give us the 45. I think you'll see us look to go down the field now. You have
at least
31
take a
seconds.
shot, to get your touchdown
And
back.
Maybe get in field goal range. I mean, you don't.
Absolutely.
Take advantage of a mistake in special teams.
JoJo going to roll. Got a little bit of time. Now he's under pressure. Throw it to
Jackson. He got his feet in.
Burchett. Pass complete for 12 yards. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Clock will stop with 22 seconds.
And Blake, that was right in front of you. That's a nice little toe tap there by Burchett.
That was a really good catch by Burchett. He knew right where he was at, slowed down, gave Joe enough room to make that throw right on the sideline, and got both of his feet in.
Penalty, though.
Yeah, gentlemen. I think we had an illegal
man downfield.
Yeah.
That play took a while. Blake, it's 3 yards, right? 3-4 yards. You can.
I think you have to be within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage as a lineman, or if you're covered up as a tight end. I think it's
when that
within
ball's
3
released,
yards.
Correct.
Yes.
So you had a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 on the other side of the 50. Because of the penalty, that'll back us up 1st down at 15. Handoff left side. He's going to get the 1st down. He's down to the 30, down to the 20.
I think you'll see us use that timeout.
Down at the 15,
Coach Wagner chasing down. 12 seconds left. We're in field goal range. You burn the timeout, so now you either got to take an end zone shot or make sure you get out of bounds.
So you still have 1 timeout left. So, you've got time to run a fast play. Yeah. And then, if that doesn't work to your favor, you got time to get the field goal unit on. And
Ashton showing his speed there.
I know Skiatook got a touchdown in it. They practice too. They've gotten better as well. Fatigue's going to become a thing. And just the mental game as you move into the end of the 3rd and the 4th quarter. For the Mustangs, you don't want to let out your foot off the gas. You don't need to score 70 points tonight. But you also don't want to give them any room for momentum. You don't want to give them any room for a comeback. It's really important to play and execute. Blake, really at this point, a good run game would just burn that clock.
Yeah, and we've already seen Ty Cherry getting a little bit of time in the backfield. A.J. Jackson in the backfield. We've got some depth there, and I think we're really trying to rest Ashton as much as we can. Obviously, he's in the game right now. He's our number 1 guy. We're going to go try to punch one in, but I think you're probably going to see a lot of those other newer faces in the backfield come in the second half.
1st down and 10. Ball's roughly the 16-yard line. Mustangs have 4 receivers in this set. Across the middle,
nice.
Stampede, touchdown.
That's my guy, A.J. Streeter.
A.J. Streeter, the man of the hour.
He's got a pick and a touchdown already tonight. Strike up the band. Wasn't really expecting that, and I think that's just where I see that a lot, where they try to kick it short. There's 30 seconds left. I always just feel like play your game. Kick it deep, go make a tackle. If they return it, so what? You see that a lot. They kick it out of bounds. We get the ball at 45, and in 26 seconds, we're able to punch it in the end zone.
And the Mustangs made a statement. Hey, I know you guys got a touchdown, but let's not forget who's in control of this ball game.
Absolutely. That's a great way. Any momentum they had is gone. And so that's a great way to go into the half. That's going to be up and good.
So with 5 seconds left, Mustangs on top of Skiatook 35-7. Gentlemen, just adding to the lead. beautiful night for Friday night football.
Yeah, it's perfect. You got your wish from last week with that wind. It was blowing good when we got here. We thought it would be chilly, but that wind died, and it is about the most perfect night it could be out right now.
Talked about this in the pregame if you didn't catch us, but just the history of Friday Night Lights and how early that started, like 1925.
Yeah.
Westville, Illinois, they kind of claim that they had the first Friday Night Lights, but actually it was in Wyoming 4 years prior to that Midwest Wyoming had their first Friday evening football game, and I think Americana was born. Mr. Burchett, kick it away. He's going to do the same.
Well, we might have a chance to get it. We got it.
What a great opportunity to practice that as well. You never know. You may have those opportunities where you need a onside kick. They're not going to do anything with it, but you have an opportunity to practice that.
Well, we might.
You could. You got 2 seconds. I guess you got a chunk play.
That was recovered by senior Bo Barron. I want to take a moment. I want to shout out Coach Warren. A lot of people may not recognize that name. He's a lay coach this year for us. His wife, he has 2 daughters already and just had a son. Son was born extremely early, was weighing 4 pounds, obviously went into intensive care, and was talking to him before the game, and everything is great. Mom's home. The baby's got the IV out today. Still has a feeding tube, but that's expected to be out, and just every step of the way has exceeded expectations. And so
I think he's in the set. You've got Streeter and Braxton Moore.
We got 2 this side. I think you're gonna. Yeah. We should chunk it up. No, they're okay. They're good. Oh, reverse pass.
That? Streeter
throws it as hard as he can. Almost.
Pass is incomplete, and that will end the half. A little trick play from Coach Wagner. Blake's trying to chase him down. Don't know if he'll have any luck, but we're going to hang here for just a second, just in case we can.
Blake's trying. You got to go get in his face.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. You guys. Blake, take it away, buddy.
Coach, kind of a crazy end in our first half. A lot of good things. Good from our defense. Had a little hiccup, but then our offense was able to respond at the very end. Got an onside kick. A lot of just good stuff we saw.
Yeah, with a minute, 1:07, we weren't supposed to run a play. So I can't tell you where the breakdown. We were going to take the 5-yard penalty and kick it from the 50. That's why we stood out there and used all the clock. I wasn't worried about the penalty. So we were supposed to be punting the football. But besides that, we got a blown coverage too. So we played good defense all half. I hated ending the half defensively like that with the blown coverage when you know they're going to throw it. But offense answered. Ashton popped one. We got a timeout and was able to run we ran a little L post off a little switch route on the backside and hit it. So good ball by Joe. We responded.
Thanks, Coach. We'll see you in the second half.
Blake, I want to congratulate you. I think that's the first guy I've ever seen you chase down.
Listen, he wasn't one to talk to me.
He gave you the look like,
we have the mustache. The mustache is off-putting. I'm just going to put that out there.
I think you're the first one. Everyone else has liked it.
No, they're just being nice because you're a great kid.
I think it's got a Top Gun essence about it.
See? Here we go. I need some aviators and a leather jacket.
I'm in. I'm all in. Hey, what's the weather outside?
It's great. You guys are on the money. The wind's died.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful. I wish I could have pads.
I'll be honest with
it's
you.
Amazing.
If that wind was 8 miles an hour, it'd be a little bit chilly out there.
It would. If it would have kept ripping like it did last week it got kind of chilly towards the end of the game, but it's super nice. No wind. It's dry. It's not real humid or anything. It's perfect.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a timeout, and when we come back, you're going to just see some pictures and some stuff from what happened last week at homecoming. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to show a little bit of that. We'll cover some halftime stats. We're going to visit with John Matthews and talk about all the great success they've had this marching season. And we're also going to have our Chalkline Insurance Spotlight Student of the Week. So all that's coming up right here in the Mustang Halftime Show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hello Mustang family, I'm Jane Standiford. I'm here with Ross Turner, and this is our Chalkline Insurance Student Spotlight of the Week. So Ross, how long have you been at Oologah?
I've been at Oologah since halfway through my freshman year.
What activities do you do?
I'm deeply involved in FFA, but I'm also in FCA and Mustang Movement.
What is one high school highlight?
The biggest highlight of high school so far has probably been state convention at FFA.
Who is your hero?
My hero would be my grandpa, just because of the accomplishments he had through life and the leader he was to everybody around him. Is something that I've always looked up to and tried to model.
And what are your plans after high school?
After high school, I plan on going to college. I'm not sure yet, but probably go back into something around the cattle industry or the agricultural field.
Thank you. This is our Chalk Line Insurance Student Spotlight of the Week. Now back to the game.
doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own, a place that I call home, this place that I call home.
On my side.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Skiatook America. As the Mustangs are on the road, and Kevin and I said in the pregame show, the Mustangs put on a clinic last week, and this is almost clinic part 2, barring anything weird happening. The Mustangs really have pretty much been in control tonight.
Absolutely. We've done it mostly on the ground. We have 25 attempts for 190 yards, and we have 3 Mustangs over 50 yards and a half. That's pretty incredible. Joseph Griswold, 10 carries, 61 yards and a TD. Ashton Wright, 10 carries, 68 yards and 2 TDs. And Ty Cherry, 4 carries, but 56 big yards. A lot of it coming on his touchdown run, his 1 touchdown run. Joseph Griswold, 6 for 11, 63 yards. We've gotten the passing game going a little bit more. I think those numbers would look a little bit better if he had a couple of those throws back that we just missed. But good to see us kind of using the passing game and even having a passing TD. A.J. Streeter, 3 catches, 19 yards, 1 TD. Braxton Moore, 1 catch, 8 yards. Jackson Burchett, 3 catches, 36 yards. I know you've used Jackson as your who you got player a couple times this season, and nice to see him get it going, including that nice catch on the sideline.
He really has matured, and even balls that are thrown to him. I mean, I know he had one, but it was thrown over his head.
Yes.
But
he jumps.
Earlier in the season, he might have dropped some of those, but he's been so much more sure-handed as he's kind of matured. For me, he's just been really fun to watch mature this season.
Absolutely. And I think that's just getting reps and part of a young team. You have lots of guys getting reps for the first time, and just getting a lot of practice time with JoJo has helped. But, again, you see us doing the majority of our damage on the ground, 7.6 yards a carry. The running backs I mentioned, we have 3 of those guys above 50 yards. You oftentimes forget to mention the line of scrimmage, and our line of scrimmage on offense and defense for the most part has been dominant. It's good to see that.
The scoreboard is the big difference. Mustangs on top, 35-7. They had a 28-0 lead, and Skiatook got one on the board.
Yeah.
And then the Mustangs just had an opportunity to kind of go, okay, well, we're going to answer just so you don't have any hopes of gaining any momentum to start the second half. And Mustangs put a quick 7. I think with like 31 seconds left to play in the half.
Yeah, it was nice to see us answer quick and make big plays. One of them on the ground, one of them in the passing game. And, you saw us. I feel like that's been the difference this year. We have more kids that can make plays, but just our transition, if you will, when you've seen us give up a big play on defense, we don't get our heads down. We come back ready to score again. And I got a crazy stat for you. First downs, Oologah has 8 first downs. Skiatook has 6. If you hear that, you think, oh, man, this is a dogfight. No, it's 35-7 Mustangs. Just big plays. And really proud of the defense. 19 rushing attempts for Skiatook for only 22 yards. We talked about them playing one of our district foes in Miami, and they had over 300 yards rushing. Currently, we're holding them 22 yards rushing. That's going to be huge for the second half.
I think the defense has played well. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we're going to visit with John Matthews, our director of bands for the Stallion Battalion. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more right after this.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy. Buzzed and overshared again? Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Well, hello, everybody. 331 seconds left to go until the second half gets underway. Brent Kellogg, along with Kevin Hogue, Blake Salt is on the sideline. Johnny Deramo's our statistician, provided our halftime stats.
Yep. Thanks, Johnny.
And we are joined in our halftime show by the director of bands, John Matthews. John, it has been a busy couple of weeks for you guys.
I'm not sure this is
Yeah, you're on. Yeah, I can
hear.
Can you hear me?
Good. I can hear you.
You sound like one of those guys that calls in on the radio show, and you're like,
this is my first time to call.
And smile really big because the camera's pointed right at you. It's like, hi, Mom.
First time, long time.
Yeah, first
They
time.
always told me
caller.
I had a face made for radio, you know.
I agree, 100%.
Whoa. That's aggressive.
Hey, it has been a great year. We've had a really good marching season. I'm really proud of these kids. Really proud of the staff. Parents have really helped up, stepped up and really helped us too. But I was telling somebody the other day, this has to be the best marching band I think I've ever had in the 20-some-odd years that I've been teaching. So super proud of these kids, real tight. So we got 4th place in 4A this year, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so I'm going to put you on the spot. Let's walk through some of the competitions that the Stallion Battalion went to. And I've tried to update the listeners as we've gone through that. But one that really went well was the Bixby Tournament of Bands.
Yes, yeah, that was our highest play. Well, I say that. We won Bixby the very first year it happened, like forever ago.
Oh, wow, okay.
But that was before, bigger bands went and that kind of thing. So, yeah, 2nd place at Bixby was a surprise.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was our very first competition to actually compete against other bands. Ours, we just did exhibition, so I wasn't real sure where we stacked up.
So how would we have stacked up at the Stallion Battalion invitation? Because we still get points, right?
We
just
do.
don't enter the competition.
We get a rating,
yeah. I think we would have been around 4th at
Okay.
ours, so, yeah, real happy. Sapulpa actually won ours, and then they won at Bixby, and we were right under them, so that was really great.
Then we went to OBA, which is relatively new for the last couple of years for you guys to do that, because I feel like we've been competitive in 4A.
Right, yeah. They just started, it used to be 4A, 5A together.
That's hard. Man,
Yeah,
that's hard to go
tough.
compete some 5As, yeah.
And the last 2 years they've done separate, just 4A, and so we were able to get 6th place last year, and we upped that to 4th place this year, so really proud of them.
And I know for me, like when I hear our show this year, one, I think it just suits the talent that you have, especially in the jazz band, obviously coming off a state championship. Well, musically, we are amazing. I mean that. But after I watch our show, you just feel good. You leave it feeling good. I think you guys did a great job. Colors, I believe, is the name of the show.
Right.
Of picking the show that just you can't help but hear it and get in a better mood. It's like one of those songs you hear on the radio that you just stop and you listen to it and you have a better day because of it.
That's great. I mean, that's what we're going for. We're just trying to do something that's entertaining and yet plays well for the judges and is a good show for the band. And we try to find something that fits our instrumentation and our skill set.
All right, they're going to put a couple of minutes back on the clock, I would assume. I want to do 1st to 5 with you guys. John has already won a 1st to 5 this year. And so normally Kevin takes on the world like he takes on a student, and Kevin usually loses. But I'm going to do 1st to 5 with you guys. So you've played this before. You know the drill. If the statement's true for you, put a finger in the air. I only have 7 statements, so hopefully one of you will get there for it. Okay,
Ooh, have
so
to go quick.
Here we go. We got this. All right, they put 3 minutes on the clock. Can we do it? If you've been to the beach more than twice in a year, put a finger up.
That's a Mr. Matthews for real. He's
Yeah, I did that one to give John a point of
I know. That was a gimme for him, but I have.
That's where my wife and I, that's our happy place right there.
Weird question, if you've ever got to school and realized you had 2 different shoes on.
Yes.
No.
Look at you with the
How does
solid
that even
shoe.
happen?
He's
Well,
like
ask him. He did
He's
it.
like the fashion guy. Come on.
Have you ever got home from a school trip after 3 a.m.?
Yes. Last weekend.
That's true. Have you ever had a flat on a bus on a school trip?
Yeah. Yes.
John, how long have
He
you
knew
taught?
that.
How long have you taught?
24 total, 19.
There's going to be
in
some
Oologah.
flats, right?
Yeah.
So, have you
And buses
ever,
have a lot of tires, so that means
They
the
just-
probability is
on-
enhanced.
On the way to Florida.
So,
yes, yes.
John has 4. You have 1?
I have 2.
Oh, okay, he's got 2. So, have you ever woke up on the weekend, like Saturday or Sunday, but thought it was a school day?
I have.
Yeah,
I literally
I
have,
have-
like, you
yeah.
get that moment of anxiety where you spring out of bed and you're like, what? Wait, I can go back to bed.
Yeah,
You did?
That's not me. I'm not there.
No?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
3-4. All
Yeah.
right, so have you ever laughed while getting onto a student because what they did was actually pretty funny?
Absolutely.
Hey, John, we're going to give you a gift card to Raising Cane's.
Fantastic.
You can keep it or you can give it to one of your band students. Hey,
Great.
I'm speaking as a school board member. He's speaking. We appreciate you and
Yep.
Dave Smith
You
and
and
the
Dave.
work you guys have done. The Mustang band just gets better every year. And, man, thanks for your hard work because it's a lot.
Well, I appreciate the support that our administration gives us. The band is just a big part of the school, and
Absolutely.
I appreciate all that.
Yeah, we had a conversation in my office the other day. It's the second biggest thing we do compared to ag, and you're wanting to make that the biggest thing.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's a is it on? Katie Smith,
it's on.
beware.
It's on. Let's go.
I say it all the time. I feel like the band has more wholesome fun than probably any group in my hallways, and that's a big testament to you and Mr. Smith. And it's just a great spot. And you think about, you go and compete in your state tournament on a Saturday, but you're here late at night because you're supporting the school, the community, and the football team.
That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. So.
Well, I think my daughter was in class like 2 days over like a 8-day stretch because there was competition on Tuesday,
Oh, yeah,
competition
we're
on
busy.
Thursday, and so season's done, and so they can kind of breathe easy. So, John, once again, thank you. We're going to take a quick time out. We'll be back with second half right after this.
Jason, let's go see your room.
Welcome to Hap Dunlap Field in Skiatook, America. Hello, everybody. I'm Brent Kellogg along with Kevin Hogue, Blake Salt, Charlie Newton, Brett Wigington, Jason Streeter, Rick Fisher. Did I get everybody?
It's a band of brothers.
It is a band of brothers. The Suburban is full, typically with equipment that Brett
Well, it wasn't
breaks.
as full. It wasn't as full tonight.
Well, yeah.
Not to bring that up again.
Are you going to talk about the disappointment of?
Well, we forgot the TriCaster, and if you don't know what that is, if you have a car, it's like the engine of the car.
Can we just call it a very important piece of equipment?
And yeah, very.
It was a very
important.
My
and we didn't
wife-
even recognize that we got up here and started putting stuff together, which I don't do because I don't know where anything goes. And you're like, hey.
If you'll just give us a minute. if you'll just go entertain the masses, that'll be great. And so we start running cables, and my wife, she's probably going to get a really fancy day tomorrow night because she literally saved my life. So.
Yeah, she met me and she made a comment. She's like, "Looks like we're doing something bad. We're meeting on the side of the highway. I'm grabbing something out of the trunk and throwing it into the Suburban and running to the car and running back." But I want to give a shout out to Skiatook America.
Yeah,
Miami has the nicest press box, obviously.
Well, they
being a
play
college
at NEO,
campus. Yeah,
right,
it's a college
so-
campus.
yeah.
But even they don't have fiber for us. We got fiber here in the box, and so that's why the picture looks so great because we have amazing internet. So thank you, Skiatook High School and Skiatook Public Schools.
Their big running back, number 4, on the return. Actually going to get a pretty good return. He'll start about the 31-yard line. Something it's a professional courtesy. I exchange notes with the fellow broadcasters. So I started doing that about week 2. And so I'll just type up name pronunciation. Schrader, you just make sure you know how to say that. Hoisington, Burchett. And I'll give them kind of our current stats of where these guys are on rushes and passes and so on and so forth. And this is our 4th season. I've never met a broadcaster.
Yeah.
So last week I actually met the guy from Catoosa. He came over like, hey, are you the guy who sent me the notes? We had a great conversation and exchanged phone numbers, yada, yada, yada. And so I'm going to say a big thank you to Skiatook, too, as host, because they don't necessarily have to provide some of the things they have. Pass intended on the left side, incomplete. They don't have to provide internet. They don't have to provide some of the stuff, but they've done. And so some of these schools in what's 4A3, even though there's rivalry, we're still a little bitty family.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And those principals, and our athletic director know their athletic directors. Our coaches know each other. And, so shout out to all the fellow brother, sister schools in 4A3. And I want to thank Skiatook for their hospitality tonight because they made our job significantly easier.
Yeah, nice to plug and play, so to speak, and be able to go, make the picture look perfect. So appreciate them.
All right, so the Bulldogs have the ball to start the second half. Handoff up the right side.
Good job there.
Gain
Saw
about a yard.
Max Becker initially, but saw the safety come flying up, A.J. Streeter. Yeah, you think of where the broadcast has been. We've literally had 3 or 4 phones sitting on the table. Who is, doing a speed test to see whose phone is running the fastest, and to be able to come up here and plug into fiber.
And I think last time we were here at Skiatook, it took 2 phones and an iPad to get us through the night.
Yeah,
so.
Been there.
We appreciate all the folks listening, and it's been fun to meet some grandparents and aunts and uncles that live in Alabama or Illinois or Florida that get to tune in. Even alumni. I've had the opportunity to talk to former players. Pascom intended down the right side to number 19. Alex Morgan, it's incomplete, so that'll bring up 4th down.
Quick 3 and out. Yeah, if you're out there listening, do us a favor. If you're on Facebook, hit that like and share button, and if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the school year. I think we're almost to 850.
That opens up some stuff for you on the YouTubes when you hit that 1,000 mark. And something we have new in our high school this year, we've had a version of it in the middle school with what they call OMS News that take care of like school announcements and stuff like that. But this year we've actually opened a broadcasting class in our high school, and I'm just really excited to see the fruit of that in the coming years with those students being involved in this process, helping us with some of the video. They already shoot the Spotlight video of the week.
Yep, this is something I've been able to just tell them. Monday morning she asked who it is. That's something I don't have to do. She also did a great video that she shared with the whole district about all the happenings over this past homecoming week, from all the dress-up days at all the different buildings to the football game to homecoming to morning pep. It was really, really cool. It's 2.5 minutes of just nothing but homecoming week, and I appreciate Mrs. McElhaney and her classes. I get 2 hours of that in my building. Doing a great job.
Bulldogs go 3 and out. Mustangs will start this drive with a handoff to Ashton Wright. Going to pick up about a long 3. I also want to give a big shout-out to Nicole Sparks and Melinda Grantham. They let us use their pictures. Melinda takes pictures of the band and cheerleaders. Nicole takes all kinds of other pictures. And so we've started trying to get the broadcast up early with just a slideshow of stuff that's happened from the previous week. He could be. He's going to come back to the right. He's to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. 5, Stampede, touchdown, Ashton Wright.
That's just good vision. We talk about it every week. There's a lot of guys that can run the ball hard, but his vision makes him a great running back.
You got flags in the end zone.
I don't know. I saw Jackson running as hard as he could. I don't know if he hit somebody or said something or they hit somebody. Who knows?
Yeah, those are costly.
Those are going to be coaching points in the film room for sure.
Guys, let's talk about this point of the ball game where that yellow flag came out on you because you did something you shouldn't have done.
Yeah, great blocking down the field, but great vision there by Ashton Wright.
They're showing it's actually on Skiatook.
Late hit, I think.
Yeah. And so Wagner gets a little bit of a choice here.
We should be able to. Yeah, you could take it now, and the only reason you would do that is if you wanted to go for 2. I don't think you're going to do that 41-7. I think you'll take it on the kick. Allows you to kick off much deeper and potentially kick this into the end zone. So
Jackson Burchett has missed 1 tonight, but other than that, he's had a good night of kicking. High snap. Ball down on the way, and it's good.
Good job by JoJo Griswold to get that down. You mentioned Nicole Sparks. She even does things for our yearbook.
Right.
Mrs. Workman will text her every once in a while and say, hey, can you get me some pictures of this if you're going? And she's just always very giving and just, she'll post 300-400 pictures at the end of a night and just say, here you go.
And that's a thing.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't know if you've ever done that, but that's a thing to take those pictures, and a lot of people that are professional photographers want to touch them up and make sure that you're getting the best product out there. And so I personally want to say thank you to them because they've been a huge help to me this season just in content creation. So the lower elementary literacy nights coming up October 27th from 5 until 6:30 in the bus loop. And the book fair will be open as well from 4:30 to 6:30. Students will be visiting reading stations to receive treats and reading tips to support their reading skills at home. So if you've got lower elementary kids, make sure they're a part of that. And then Red Ribbon Week is coming up.
Yes, sir. Love the little kids. Love when we get to do our all sports our all-school pep assembly.
Yeah.
K through 12 in the gym. It's a lot of fun. All right, so you're going to see us kick off on the plus side of the field. I think you're going to see Jackson just put this in the end zone and make them start at the 20. Take advantage of the personal foul penalty.
Yeah, if you can put it in the end zone with no risk of a return, that's always
He's going to try to go through the uprights. I think he missed, Blake, but he was trying.
If he could have come left a little bit.
Yeah, he just barely missed, but, I mean, good. You see the leg strength from Jack. So good to see. That may be something we really need, going down the stretch.
Yeah, I think that's helped the defense, guys, this year. Being able to kick it deeper, having more guys that can cover, that have a little more speed, but also having a little bigger leg. I've noticed a difference. I think it's helped the defense in this situation. You have to go 80 yards. I know Brent talked about it when we had the ball in the 10. The likelihood of scoring, marching that far is not high as it is. In years past, we've had to do like the corner coffin kick, and they're starting at the 35 or 40. It's been a big deal this year.
Score of interest, Miami. Catoosa playing tonight. Miami's on top 22-15.
Good job, Jackson Gill.
All right, you guys, Poto is at Broken Bow. Guess the score.
28-7 Poto. I haven't looked. Because when I looked in the first quarter, it hadn't kicked off or they hadn't got a score.
I think it's 28-14 Poto.
14-0 Broken Bow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. I had the same reaction, so that's
that
why
could
I
shake
asked,
some things up,
yeah.
guys.
Wagner on top of Cleveland 56-0. Cushing on top of McLean 63-0.
Is that all off Squirtle? Is someone reporting Broken Bow as winner? Someone is just a sore loser?
Squirtle is a lot like Wikipedia, gentlemen, if you know anything about that website. And I taught history, and at the very beginning of the class, the year, we would talk about how to find, good resources.
Yeah.
And I would make my class, we would actually make posts on Wikipedia to show that you could get on there and maybe say something that wasn't factual, wasn't accurate. Squirtle can be that way too. You're relying on people. But that wouldn't surprise me. Now, I wouldn't count out Poto and Coach Warner. Coach Warner got inducted in the Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah.
He's a great coach, multiple state champions at Poto. Does a great job.
So is he shaming me for using Squirtle?
No, we're just giving a word of caution to Squirtle.
Oh, okay.
And I think Squirtle will even show you who submitted it and the the trustability factor, if you will, of the person.
It's
like
right there
accuracy.
in that 50% margin. So there's some room.
There's like a verified deal on there. If it's verified, I'm for it. I'm just saying.
If it has the blue check mark, eh?
If it does,
It is 2nd down and 10 for the Skiatook Bulldogs. Beautiful Friday night.
Absolutely. The Bulldogs slowing it down. 8 seconds on the play clock. They don't have to hurry, but they can't just take all the time. High snap. Oh, he's going to go deep. Oh, looks like it hit him in the hands.
Ashton Wright,
a little bit of hand fighting. They're going to say mutual combat.
There's a flag back here, but it was behind the coverage.
Oh, so they're going to get the hold there. They're going to say hold, probably not pass interference, you think?
I think so. I kind of saw, he kind of broke for the ball, and Ashton kind of grabbed just a little bit. It kind of involuntary, just kind of in the hand fight. So I think they just got him with the hold there.
So a 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Puts the ball at the Bulldogs' 40-yard line. Stillwater, 6A2. Putting on a clinic against Bartlesville, 42-7. Kind of anticipate Stillwater to.
I think you're going to see a Stillwater-Muskogee matchup there in that 6A2. Muskogee off to a great start this year.
I have been corrected. I keep saying Friday night.
It's Thursday night.
What day is it?
Thursday.
I keep saying Friday night, and my apologies.
Maybe we need to play on Thursdays.
Who plays on Thursdays? I don't know.
We might need to.
Great job there.
My whole pregame thing was Friday Night Lights. Good Lord, Kellogg. Words are hard.
Jaden Tanner and Luke Farmer on the tackle there.
Oh, that's right. There's a football game going on. I got to do a fun thing last night. Not that you care, but got to be the PA guy for the FC Tulsa Soccer Club.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Is that in Driller Stadium?
Yeah, Driller Stadium. Beautiful, man. It was a beautiful night for that, and so. Yeah, I just got connected. Actually, when the Mustangs played Bartlesville in baseball back in the spring, pass incomplete on the left side, bring up 3rd down and 11. Did you go to that baseball game when we played at Driller Stadium?
No, we had soccer.
It was minus 30 degrees that night.
Maybe more, maybe colder.
So cold.
I was calling soccer at home and thankful to be in the press box.
Yeah. But anyway, so when you play, when you're a part of that, you can bring your PA announcer, and so I had the chance to go do that. And the Drillers walked up and said, "Hey, you got a card?" And so next thing you know, I think I did 6 Drillers baseball games over the summer. Did one 2 weeks ago, and then had the chance to do a couple of FC Tulsa
Pass way too high.
soccer games. So
that's going to bring up 4th down, 42-7. We'll be shocked if they don't punt the ball here. 7:08 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. We'll certainly be on the lookout for the fake, but
yeah, you wonder if they've got something up their sleeve. Just they stay in that kind of short punt thing. It's kind of got him a couple of times tonight. Streeter will back up.
he's going to take got a chance at a return here. Low.
Got it at the 35. He's got some room over here down to the 50. Going to cut back to the 40. He's got a chance, guys. To the 30.
Come on,
Brought
AJ.
down at the 25-yard line.
Good job. And there's a guy down. I think you saw a big-time block there. Good to see him get up. Good job, I don't want to brag, but my guy is having a night. Interception, long punt return, several tackles, and a touchdown reception.
About, my best guess, about a 36-yard return. Yeah.
Johnny's giving us the nod.
You're
That's
the
some
math
quick
teacher.
math for you. That's better than normal. That's impressive. You must have took your Central Silver tonight.
Yeah. And off to AJ around the right side.
Yeah, we're
Could
going to get
go, knocked out of bounds.
block in the back.
Yeah, that's going to come back.
That's unfortunate. It was right in front of him, too. That's unfortunate. Abrams showing some speed there, but that'll get taken back.
Boy, you hate that. Because AJ got a big chunk of yards there. So that'll back the Mustangs up. 1st down. It's a spot foul, so it's not necessarily 1st down and 20.
It's going to be a lot, though,
Yeah,
gentlemen.
it's going to be 1st down and a lot.
It looks like maybe 21.
Yeah.
Worse
so
than
he
that.
would have held behind the line of scrimmage then. Yep.
Yeah.
And hand off to AJ again around the right side. Going to get a lot of that back.
Slammed down hard to the turf.
Gain of about 12. So
yeah,
that
he's
puts him
staying
back.
down, gentlemen. He got slammed face first hard. He hasn't moved.
I always appreciate when the trainer and the coaches from the other side, because they're considerably closer, just want to check on a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I've known Vance Miller, the head coach at Skiatook, heck, since I was in 9th grade. So, good guy, and you see the coaches at every game meet up, at the 50-yard line. They're talking. They usually – it's not uncommon for them to call each other on Monday after the game and talk about the next game or how to go.
I think one of Vance's sons plays or coaches with him, correct?
Yes, I think he had a couple, maybe twins, or maybe I don't want to misspeak, but I think he had some twins come through, and I think one of them was on the coaching staff. And they've been bitten a little bit by the transfer bug.
Yeah.
They had a couple kids last year transfer to Owasso starters, and then they had a starter this year transfer to Hominy.
Well, your suburban schools just are going to battle that. Because
Yes.
I mean, so for example, this is our closest neighbor that's in district.
Correct.
I mean, we'll be home in 25 minutes, depending on how we go.
As soon as you get to the Highway 75, you can see TSO. So
Nate Morrow on the carry up the left side. Gain of about 7.
they get that Highway 24 lane like they've been working on, seems like half my life. It'll be even quicker.
Yeah.
That'll be nice.
We took the back road.
Well, we went to Caney Valley, so.
So when you have a Tuttle or
Yes.
some of these other guys that are in 4A, they're kind of big schools that are not necessarily in a suburb. Mr. Burchett going to get the first down. He's slow to get up.
Yeah, he immediately just kind of started the I'm in pain thing. Don't want to see that. They kind of went low on him, which you would expect. He's up and moving. Hopefully he's okay.
But when you have
the good news is 42-7. You're halfway through the third quarter. You know, if he's any kind of dinged up, he doesn't have to go back in the game at all. You know, game's not in question. So you see our strength and conditioning coordinator. He's saying it's a shoulder. Hopefully he's okay.
Blake will try to sneak down and see what he can find out on both of our guys that are there on the sidelines. Kind of get an update when he can. When you think about Poto and Broken Bow, they're not a suburb to an Oklahoma City or a Tulsa.
No.
And so they don't necessarily fight that transfer battle.
It's more the opposite because you got some little communities around there.
Yeah, that you're going to be able to pull those kids. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Second down.
Second and 10.
Ball's at the basically the 11-yard line. 4:54 counting left in the third quarter. Mustangs hold a commanding lead.
No one's over AJ here. Yeah, let's say no one's out there.
Jay and JoJo saw it. Still
he
on his
up.
feet. Did he get in?
Oh, they're going to say the half-yard line.
His knee went down before he crossed over, but he may get a first down.
Yeah, they're saying first
Yeah,
down.
so he's going to get a first down. So it's first down and goal and inches.
We're going to go quick. You're going to see quarterback
JoJo
sneak.
just going to sneak it across. Nate Morrow will kind of push him in. So Stampede Mustangs will add another touchdown.
Nice job. Love the fight song.
So as far as our guys on the sideline, Burchett is good. He walked over the training table, shook his head, and walked off. He's back on the sideline, so he's good. It looks maybe like they're checking out maybe a head injury on A.J. Jackson. So
extra point's good.
He may be they may be checking concussion too.
Right, yes.
Yeah,
okay. I mean, I'm not a trainer. And I'm not going to call any injuries out. I don't
Sure.
know. And I'm not going to go get in his business. Concussion's serious. I don't want to interfere with that process whatsoever.
They're definitely checking something above the shoulders, we'll say, whether it's a neck or a head.
Yes, and that could be, and he is moving his head around, so it could be some type of neck, kind of got slung down, but something, a good way to put it, something is above his shoulders, but he looks like he's okay, but they're just checking him out.
You saw the student section running the flags. They're doing a dress-up. You know, we do a theme for every game, Brent, and it's Halloween costumes. They want to do Halloween.
Yeah.
And
My
just
daughter
adds
had
a
to
layer
go
of
to Target today to add to her pirate.
Just adds to the fun, if you will.
I probably
They
should
get them all approved. We got peanut butter and jelly down there. Got some good stuff.
Pirate approved? I don't know. Like, you know what Pirate's favorite restaurant is?
Oh, Arby's.
Blake didn't know
That's
that.
a bad one.
That's, I mean,
Blake,
two dads up in the box. That's just
there's more where that came from.
Hey, Blake, did you hear that they're not going to make 12-inch rulers any longer?
No, I didn't, but that makes sense.
That's one of my go-to dad jokes. Oh, good job there by Assault.
I just want to say, me and Garrett just had a little conversation on the sideline right here.
You want
to
give it to us?
Yeah, I said, just go make a tackle. I said, I don't know what you're doing. Just go make a tackle. So
doing?
apparently, he was tired of me. He was tired of me mouthing, I guess. Tired of playing around.
Looked a lot like his double leg there.
He's got a good one.
The score as it is, 49-7. You see a host of new Mustangs in. Bo Barrett playing some corner. Got some new defensive linemen in. It's good to see. Give some of your other guys a break. Live to fight another day, so to speak, and get some experience and some reps.
Mustangs won't be back in class until Tuesday, so this week's a short week. Next week's a short week. Timeout on the field. Skiatook, we're going to take a timeout as well. We'll be back with more right after this.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Welcome back. Skiatook America. We are 4:27 left to play in the third quarter. The Mustangs have done their business tonight, done a great job, both offensively and defensively.
You see some missed tackles there, going to lead to a big play.
Ty Cherry will bring down the runner.
Again, though, I still think it's a good thing to get some guys in. You're probably going to see that, maybe a missed run fit, maybe a missed tackle, some of your backups in. But they are valuable reps, and you're up 49-7. You only get to carry 15 points with you with district play. If you don't know what that means, in a tiebreak situation, it goes by point differential. The max is 15. They want to discourage you from, intentionally running up the score. Good job there. Luke Farmer grabbing a big handed jersey along with Gavin Salt.
Going to lose about 6. Going to bring up. I want to thank Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. Their support of Mustang Athletics, trusted for their experience, chosen for their care. Raising Cane's. Appreciate them, man. They do a lot. They're one of our sponsors for our First to 5 segment. Popular chicken finger brand with a focus on community involvement.
Yeah, Jeff's great. He's the owner-operator there. Big supporter. Hires a bunch of my kids. And when I say my kids, Mustang family kids. Got 539 of them this week. Got 2 new ones, so we're at 539 in the high school.
Pass on the right side. It's picked
he's
off.
Gone.
It's Brad Hoisington down to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Stampede, pick 6, touchdown.
Nice to see him put that back foot, that right foot in the ground, and go make a play on the ball. That was a great job. Strike up the band again.
Blake, sometimes it's just your night.
And we're having one. And it's awesome to see these guys. It's awesome to see the young guys have success. Brad Houston, I talked about him earlier. He's just a sophomore. His potential's super high. You see his athleticism right there. It's great to see that guy because he's gonna be a playmaker the next, remainder of this season and the next 2 years for us.
And I don't know who we're gonna get to do we do push-ups based on how many points.
Who you
Blake,
got?
you may have to go help
Blake,
him out,
you're
bud.
up.
May have to be a relay of sorts. Probably not a lot of dudes that aren't on the field that can do 56 push-ups. That's a lot in a row.
Just when Skiatook was putting together a little bit of drive, had a big play, the Mustang defense. And when the coaches are coming down, they want to spend the rest of the half on the sideline. You know it's been a good night.
Yeah, 3:01 left in the third quarter, 56-7. Going to check some scores. In 4A, Catoosa-Miami. Catoosa 22, Miami 30. That's a lot closer than I thought it would be at Miami. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Wagner all over Cleveland, 56-0. Cushing 63, McLean 0 to start the third quarter. That's a big score. Tuttle 38-10 over Bridge Creek. Tuttle's going to be there in the end. And you are right at halftime. Broken Bow 14, Poto 0.
.301 left to play in the third quarter.
Talking about the Catoosa-Miami, I think Catoosa, they got back some key players last week, and our defense did a really good job of handling that. But I think they've got, a couple guys that are home run hitters over there and can really make a difference in a football game.
Quick kick. They can get the ball to 35 for Skiatook.
That's going to be an interesting score to watch tonight, the Miami-Catoosa score.
Yeah. We've talked about it. That's a big game for us moving forward.
I really think that's going to be kind of the deciding game of 3 or 4. I mean, we still have Cushing on the schedule, so that game's still up in the air. But, if we were to drop that one, I think Miami's really our big game to go and solidify our spot at 3.
Was talking to Dwight Tackett the other day, and we were just talking through district play, and he reminded me this group of seniors kind of had a good record against Cushing when they were younger in the little Mustangs. And I mean, Cushing's got a great program. Obviously, they're number 1 in the state for a reason, and they just reload year after year. But he's like, this senior class, they're not afraid of Cushing. When they used to play them years ago, they had a lot of success. And obviously, a lot has changed in those 6 years or 7 years or so. But anything could change. I mean, anything can happen on a Friday night. Like, I'm surprised the Broken Bow Poto score. I'm surprised this score. I mean, I felt good about tonight, but I didn't think the Mustangs would be a 49-point favorite.
I think our defense is just improved. And when we tackle and don't miss an assignment, and really I say that ironically, the 7 they got on the board was a missed assignment. We're a good defense. We're solid. It is hard to string just a bunch of plays against us, even against Wagner. I know the score got away from us 35-0, maybe something like that, 34. It was more of a situation, I think, of them starting on our half of the field, sometimes inside the 20 over and over and over. I think if we could have flipped the field position a little bit there, it would have been a much closer game.
And I'm going to be honest with you, I think tonight our receivers, when it's been thrown their direction, they've been able to complete the pass. We struggled early in the first 3 or 4 games. JoJo hit him in the numbers and couldn't complete the pass. And I think tonight.
Yeah, when he's been on target, we've completed it and made some big plays.
Yeah, our passing game has just been better. I mean, we're still going to be a heavy run team tonight, but there's been life in the passing game that we didn't have to have last week, and it was non-existent against Wagner.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And some of that's improvement. Coach Wagner's mentioned in the coaches show, we've stacked a couple great weeks of preparation, into it, and some of that is mental, film, some of that's physical, and getting to the right spot, and you've seen that here tonight.
1st and 10, handoff up the left side. Their big back number 4, brought down by a host of Mustangs.
And I think everyone we have in is on the 2 deep right now. So that's good to see, getting some good reps. Got a couple freshmen in there.
And you're giving guys necessary reps, but you're also protecting your starters. I mean, we potentially had 2 injuries. AJ's still on the trainer table. Don't know that we'll see him again tonight. But Jackson Burchett got a stinger. Number 4 around the left side. Colton Sutton. Gain of about 7. Going to bring up 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, and he's slow to get up. He's done a lion's share of the carrying
on offense
and the defense.
Yeah,
yes,
he's
sir.
played as a linebacker on defense.
He's a great player.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to be an all-district type player. That's going to do it here for the 3rd quarter. You see the Mustangs come over and get some words of encouragement, some coaching by Coach Wagner.
We'll take a quick break between quarters. We'll be back with more right after this.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
What a way to start a fall break. Hello, everybody. Brent Kellogg along with Kevin Hogue, Blake Salt, and the rest of the Mustang Network broadcast crew. It is a beautiful Thursday night.
Good job.
For Friday night foot, I quit. You're up. Blake, you're in. Tap, you're in.
I mean, listen, we may be onto something. The pros play on Thursday night, and maybe there's something to it.
I've always referred to us as kind of the ESPN minus of high school football.
Minus.
I don't know. We've got booted down to the old Suburban the past 2 weeks. I don't know if we're not doing good enough anymore.
Hey, I think
didn't
it's
get
you.
to ride.
I think it's you because we got a new Suburban this week.
Well, I didn't even get to ride in it.
That's
this
what I'm
week,
saying.
So
I think they're like, oh, Blake's
that is
not
true.
there.
When Blake's not with us, we do get the newer Suburban.
Yeah.
So, folks, if you don't hear me next week, it's because I'm the least favorite on the broadcast crew. The up top does not like me. I stink. I don't know. Stink up the seat in the back. I don't know, but
tell you what, those trips home from Miami or Wagner, though, on a Friday night, those are long trips home.
Yeah, we'll have a long one in a few weeks. We'll go to Cushing.
Usually get to join Grant, Merrill, Randy.
Good job by Luke Farmer there. What I like is we got our second team in. A lot of these guys are scout team type guys, freshmen, and you see the varsity kids cheering for them and rooting them on because they're the kids that help make them better throughout the week. So pretty cool.
Tomorrow night, 11:70 a.m. statewide broadcast with Grant and Randy on Oklahoma Sports Preps. You ever want to hear the Mustangs segment? We roll about 10:32, 10:33, depends on. Tomorrow night we'll have an opportunity to talk to them about the great stuff the Mustangs were able to do tonight. And really, guys, obviously the offense is the story of the night. But, man, you wouldn't be up 56-7 if it wasn't for just the strong play of the defense.
The defense and special teams in the first half set us up with short fields time after time. And that obviously helps your offense. But the offense was able to capitalize. So it's just been a good, 3 phases, if you will, offense, defense, and special teams tonight. We've kind of put it all together, and it's been great to see.
Red Ribbon.
Red Ribbon Week.
This is what was going on last night at FC Tulsa. Like, they were like, that poor guy probably needs to go see a speech therapist. Good to see number 4 back on the field. He was
good tackle there by, what's that, Shondell?
It is. It's a guy in the wrestling room.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot like a double leg.
It's kind of the same thing. Davin Shondell there.
Red Ribbon Week is coming up. That's something, Kevin, goes back to when you and I were in school.
Absolutely.
Long.
Get those red ribbons and those
Nancy
gold pins.
Reagan. To correct, somebody can text me on that, but I think Nancy Reagan was the one that started the Red Ribbon campaign back in the 80s.
That sounds right.
So talking about these kind of second string guys, their JV games. So I was talking to Garrett, and he told me, I think it was for the last 3 times they've played, including like last week at the varsity game, the last 3 times they've played, they've scored a safety.
Oh.
And so it's kind of like this rolling deal of like their defense is a proud unit of themselves, which is really cool because these are a lot of young guys, and it's our future of our program. And when you've got guys that are committed to that and really excited for their future, and as a collective group, that's awesome.
This is their starting lineup, guys, and we're forcing a 4th down here.
Yeah, it's 4th and inches for the Bulldogs down around the 9-yard line.
Great to see that fight. They're going to go under center. I bet you see a sneak.
Yeah, he's going to get it. First down at 10 for the Skiatook Bulldogs with 8:56. 8:53 as the clock continues to run. It is 1st and goal.
Back to their traditional tight look here.
He moved well. Guess he could go in motion.
Oh. Not sure who was that.
Number 47 on the tackle for the Mustangs.
Oh, that's Roach. Landon Roach. Coming in and submarining
happened
them.
to be at the right spot at the right time.
And I hate to see that because you saw him almost – it's their starting running back. He's kind of their guy, if you will. You saw him almost take a knee after that quarterback sneak, and then he gets hit low. Not a dirty hit, just gets hit low. He's 220 pounds, and going up against a freshman.
Landon was
Freshman's
down.
going to go low, I think he kind of got tripped up himself and rolled into him, and now you see their star player.
Landon was down and would just happen to be able to roll over and catch him coming over him, bring him down. Hopefully he'll be able to walk off under his own power. Yeah, he will. They're tired.
Good job.
Fatigue.
He's played every snap. I don't think he comes off the field. Kick return, kick off, special teams punt. He does everything for him. That's number 4, Colton Sutton. Nice to see him up and moving.
So it's 2nd down and goal from the 6-yard line. Mustangs at home next Friday night as Miami comes to town. It's a really big game. It's a really big game. Would love for you to be in the stands if you possibly could.
Yeah, would love your support.
Hopefully we'll have some beautiful Friday night weather.
We have some great concessions, burger deals.
Oh, yeah.
They started a root beer float. It's some sort of mechanism that attaches to the bottle. And you get I've never even seen it. Science, I don't know. And it's a root beer float.
Why have we not had this? I mean, if we're going to talk about it,
we've sold a bajillion of them.
What are we doing with
the
our
last
lives?
couple of nights, and we haven't.
Blake, next Friday, you have a job.
Yeah.
There will be root beer floats.
Who doesn't love a root beer float?
Who doesn't love a root beer float?
New running back in for Skiatook, number 25. It's Ian Long. They're going to hand it to him, and I don't.
No, they did a quick end around to number 21, kind of a jet
Touchdown,
sweep, maybe
yeah.
look.
Gavin Anderson will score the touchdown for Skiatook.
And again, you only get to take 15 points with you, so no harm, no foul. 56-13 currently.
The beauty of tonight, number one, the confidence for your offensive line, the confidence for your passing game, but you're getting a lot of guys some very necessary snaps. You just have to be on the field, real game speed in order because the game's just fast. I mean, high school football is clearly faster than middle school football, and you're getting some guys that are on the field, quality snaps, real game speed, and that experience just is going to help if you get into a playoff situation. As you get into playoffs, you're going to be in some close games. You're going to have some depth. Next man up's a really big deal.
Absolutely, and you got a lot of guys that, you say it all the time, you're only one snap away, if
Yeah.
you will, from being in the game. And you mentioned it. Ninth grade football is slower than JV football, and JV football is slower than varsity football, and everybody's bigger and faster. So just getting some of those live reps is key.
And at this level is kind of your first time that in their football careers that you're playing against kids that aren't all your same age. Because, like when you're playing throughout, youth football, it's all second grade, it's all third grade, it's all fourth grade, all the way up even to ninth grade football. And really, honestly, in JV, normally it's, your ninth grade, 10th graders. Well, out here you're playing, 15-year-old sophomores against 18-year-old seniors. And there's a big just physical development gap there. And so, it's just faster and they hit harder and they're bigger. And so it's good to get them these valuable reps against a varsity squad to where they can compete against them as well and get realistic reps.
Blake, I think we're going to see a new quarterback when the Mustangs come out.
I do, and I'm excited about that. Excited to, get Brad some reps. We've seen some flashes of him. It seems like every time he comes in, he gets to sling it on his first down. I doubt that'll be the case here, but those are reps that he's going to need potentially in the future years, or just in case anything were to happen. We need to have somebody that's ready, and so it's good to get Brad in there and let him run the offense a little bit.
Yeah, he was on the sideline taking snaps from Jackson Gill. Mustangs will fair catch. Good smart move.
Good job, Nate Morrow.
Nate Morrow. 31-yard line. Mustangs will take over 1st and 10. Be curious to see. I bet you Brad's going to be our quarterback.
Yeah, it sure looked that way. He was taking some practice snaps on the sidelines. Give JoJo some much-needed rest. He takes a beating, whether he's running or passing. Plays some corner, too.
Update on the Catoosa-Miami score. It's 22-36, that game at Miami.
That's a tough place to play.
Yeah, and it just gives me a little hope that Catoosa's been able to score on them.
Good job there by number 78 for Skiatook. He's not on the roster, so I can't call his name, but he did a good job there scraping down the line, making a play.
Broken Bow on top of Poto, 21-0. Wow.
That's a state shocker. I mean, that's a big deal. Is it at Broken Bow or
it's at Broken Bow. You can hear our band and student section doing the cross-field cheer.
Yeah, the party's over here chant is always a good one.
Brad to Braxton Moore on the right side. Braxton gonna almost get the first down.
Hopefully she's okay. Had a trainer get caught up in the sticks.
It's like maybe a gain of 8. Nope, they're going to give it.
First down. Move the chains. Clock's running. 3:52. Score gets out of whack this way. They're going to run the clock. So.
Yeah. Yeah, we're only 3:46 away from this thing being over. And Max won't be open on the way home, right? Like that's
Unfortunately
not. Not a thing. Because, man, a little bread pudding on the drive home, it hit different.
It would have been nice. It'd been nice to have that in the Suburban waiting for us, I promise.
And off up the middle.
Stovall.
Seeing some Other Mustangs getting in the lineup tonight. Dylan Murphy.
Yeah, we got Braden Stovall in at running back.
Braxton Davis on the far side. Mustangs are just content to burn a lot of clock.
Yeah.
2:56 and counting. Pregame next week will be at 6:30. Kickoff will start at 7 o'clock. It's a really important game. If you can make it, we'd love for you to be in the stands wearing blue. Or is that the red game?
Honestly, that's too far ahead in my life. That's 8 days ahead of my life. I don't know.
There's a lot's
going to happen. We have
a lot of life to be lived.
ACT testing Tuesday, ACT testing Wednesday, ACT testing Thursday. We have makeup, pre-ACT testing for sophomores Friday. We have college and career fair. We have blood drive on Wednesday. If you haven't signed up for the blood drive, love to have our community members come out and donate blood. Only benefits, obviously, it can help save a life, but benefits the high school. The more blood we give, the more scholarship dollars we get for our seniors, too. So, good opportunity. If you'd like to donate blood, I'll post it on the website on Tuesday. You can sign up or just show up.
2:03 left to play. Mr. Hoisington is the quarterback. Little screen out to the left side.
Braxton Davis.
Good gain on the play.
Showing a little shake and bake.
They're going to move the chains. 1st and 10.
See number 61, Wyatt Wells, running on to play some offensive line. Get Corey Eaton out. Corey's done a great job this year. Another offensive lineman coming in.
1:35 and counting, and this one will be
Bryce Byers a break. He deserves it as well.
Yeah, he does. He's one of those guys that plays a lot of snaps both ways. So who's going to take a timeout? Skiatook?
No, we've got a player down. We got a Mustang down on their sideline. I can't tell who it is.
Is that Braxton?
Yeah.
But he wasn't tackled out of bounds, was he?
No, I think, honestly, he might be cramping.
It happens.
Well, to all the folks that I have confused tonight with saying Friday Night Lights.
Hey, it is Friday Night Lights.
It is Friday Night Lights.
If you play high school football, it's Friday Night
Thursday.
Lights.
But my deepest apologies. Don't know that Lindy Coley will ever forgive me, but it's fine. She's fine. It's fine.
I know where she lives. We can fork her yard.
Okay. I'm in. I actually owe her a couple of cats. They're coming, Lindy, I promise.
I never did anything like that in high school, but I heard of people forking people's yard, and it always seemed fun. More fun than toilet paper to me.
So
you got to bend over and pick those things out.
May have, with Mike Murray's eldest child, saran wrapped a car.
Saran wrapped a car, huh?
Saran, like they came out the next morning in their car, like all the doors, it was completely saran wrapped.
I came out to the high school parking lot one day, and my car was completely gift wrapped with balloons and confetti inside of it and sprinkles. And let me just tell you that for probably a couple months, every time you turn the heater on, full blast, not sprinkles, I'm sorry, glitter. I don't know why I said sprinkles. Glitter.
Oh, glitter.
Every time
Worse
glitter,
than sprinkles.
Yeah, glitter came out of the heater, blew right at you.
I have a disdain for glitter. I can't stand it. And my students know this at the school. Like, they know. Like, we're going to make some posters, put a lot of good running by Braden Stovall.
How about that? Fighting his way forward. So, went fishing with my father-in-law. One of those mornings I left at like 4:30 in the morning. Reached up above the washer, just grabbed some sunscreen.
Spill like a million glitter bombs.
About 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I realize I'm shimmering with glitter.
Yeah, you probably had that for a good solid month.
It was my wife's whatever sunscreen. I should not tell this story, but literally got all over my life jacket. I'm like, I'm with you. I'm not a glitter.
I don't know his name. There's a guy on Facebook that does like packages, and he kind of takes advantage of those porch pirates, as they call them. And he makes these glitter bomb packages, and he puts all these cell phones in there. So, one, he can track it down, but two, you get video, and you always see the siren, and he does glitter, and he does like skunk spray, and it is solid entertainment.
Those are amazing.
Solid entertainment.
How about that? The Mustangs coming off the field, 10 seconds left and counting. And they have put this one in the books. Blake, your final thoughts on tonight's ball game?
I think we saw a whole lot of positives in all three phases, offense, defense, And special teams, it's really exciting to watch our defense play. I think it's going to come into a bigger part here when we get, into November and playoffs, and I'm just excited to watch this football team keep growing and keep getting better week after week.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off that. Probably our most solid performance on all three phases. Special teams, we had a block punt. We punted the ball well. We returned the ball well. Obviously, offense, you score that many points, and you can always tell when you win and you play on the road because the scoreboard goes off immediately. We do the same. But just really impressed by all three phases. Coaches had the guys ready to play, and now they get to run over here and enjoy it. And we talked about at the beginning of the game, going to be a fun bus ride back to Oologah and a great way to kick off fall break.
I don't want to say I'm shocked, but I really anticipated. I said in the first quarter, I really thought this was going to be a slugfest. And our guys have made some great improvement. I think this team had a chance to play Claremore again. I think they beat them by a couple of scores. I really do. And so an important game next Friday night at home. Miami comes to town. Really will be fighting for that number 2, more likely number 3 spot in the district play. And, guys, I think let's go home. I think we've had a great night tonight. And we're going to wrap this one up. The football team's over there. Hoag's coming real back with some statistics real quick.
Yeah, great night on the ground. Joseph Griswold, 66 yards. Abram Jackson, 17 yards on 2 carries. Ashton Wright, 126 yards on 12 carries, so he's averaging 10.3. Nate Morrow had a carry for 5 yards. Braden Stovall had 20 yards. Ty Cherry had 56 yards. So we had 289 yards of rushing, which is great. Did a really good job. And then we also had 106 yards of passing. So you're looking at over 400 yards with a running clock. That's pretty good.
That may be our biggest night passing.
The biggest night in a while, yeah. It hadn't been a focal point for sure.
Yeah. All right. So for Blake Salt, Kevin Hoag, Brett Wigington, Charlie Newton, Rick Fisher, and the man, the myth, the legend, Jason Streeter running our camera for us tonight. You guys have yourselves a wonderful fall break, and we will see you next Friday night as Miami comes to town.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear. He's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up 1 finger if you're a man, women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly.